Good evening, class. Dinig ba ako? Clear ba? Mic test. Testingin nga natin. Mic test. Dinig ba? Okay.
Yes po, dinig po.
Okay, sige. Sige. Siguro we'll start at 6:05, no? Let's wait for the other registrants muna. Then we proceed to our webinar. Okay, so good evening, class. So for tonight, we are going to discuss business combination. No? Quick notes, focus notes on business combination. Okay, so before we solve problem, okay, you have your handouts with you. Let me at this point discuss the concepts that you have to remember with regard to business combination. Okay, so for business combination, okay, we have here the following concepts that you have to consider first. Okay, we have the acquisition method. Okay, so pag sinabi nating acquisition method, it could be under the so-called net asset, okay, net asset acquisition, or we have the stock acquisition. Stock acquisition. Ayan. So with regard to net asset acquisition, ang kailangan nyo i-consider dyan, class, ay sino yung mga parties involved. Okay, who are the parties? Okay. First, we have the surviving, and we have the dissolved. Okay. Also known as the acquirer. So iset muna natin yung concept, mga kapatid, no? Or the acquired or the acquiree. Yan. So lalagyan ko to ng check, meaning after net asset acquisition, magkakaroon ng existence pa rin yung surviving, kaya nga siya surviving. Dito naman, X meaning madidissolve na yung binili na company. Okay? Dahil ang binili po ay net asset, meaning this is the fair value asset minus fair value liability of the said company. Okay? Ngayon, with regard to the computation of goodwill or income from acquisition or bargain purchase, just remember, class, na yung goodwill or impact, yun ang ating acronym, income from acquisition, will be recorded in the book of the surviving company or entity. Okay? So if the consideration transferred is higher, no? Higher than the fair value net asset. So in computing for the goodwill or income from acquisition, gamitin natin class itong acronym na INFAC, no? Income from acquisition. Or simply bargain purchase. Pwede rin namang bargain purchase. Iko-compare mo yung consideration na transfer or ibinayad ng surviving sa binibili niyang fair value net asset of the said acquiree. Okay? Or the acquired. So if this is positive, okay, ang result po ay goodwill. Kung ito naman po ay negative, then the result is income from acquisition. Okay? Wala kang i-consider dito na non-controlling interest. Okay? Kasi nga, ang binili dito, class, ay net asset, buo. Okay? Ngayon, with regard to dissolved or acquiree, possible na tanungin dito ay hindi goodwill or income from acquisition kasi sa acquirer yan or sa surviving. Ang possible na tanungin dito is gain or loss on sale. Yung gloss. Ibig sabihin, kung gain or loss on sale ang tatanungin, no, sa problem, sa board exam ninyo, all you have to do is just to compare the consideration transferred. Yung ibinayad ni surviving minus the book value net asset of the seller, yung acquiree, yung nagbebenta. Okay? So kung mas mataas, then you have a gain. Kapag mas mababa naman, then you will have a loss. So ganyan lang po, class, ang pag-compute, no? Without preparing the journal entry. Kung paano i-compute ang goodwill, paano i-compute ang gain or loss. Then definitely, itong gain or loss on sale na ito, since dissolved po siya, no? Let's discuss first itong net asset acquisition. Since dissolved siya, this gain or loss will be close to your RE. Okay? Yung retained earnings po ng acquiree. Kaya nga, meron tayong adjusted RE. Siyempre, ang RE, okay, capital yan. So, credit ang normal balance. Kapag loss yan, okay, yung result ay loss, kailangan mong kontrahin. I-debit mo yung RE, credit mo yung loss on sale. Kapag ka naman gain, okay, so you have here credit RE, debit mo naman yung gain on sale. Then definitely, maku-close na rin ang common stock and PIK. Diba? So, ma-eliminate din ito. So, normally, kapag book ng dissolve, ang tinatanong dyan ay how much is the gain or loss on sale. Pero kapag sa book naman ng acquirer, okay, acquirer, ang tanong dyan is the combined asset. How much is the combined liability, combined common stock, APIC, and RE, or simply combined shareholders' equity. Now, dito sa stock acquisition, sino naman ang parties involved? As regards the parties, class, meron tayong tinatawag na parent company, and we have here the subsidiary, subsidiary company. An example of this class is Jollibee and Chowking, no? Jollibee Food Corporation and Mang Inasal. Same with Jollibee Food Corporation and Greenwich. So, yung mga subsidiary, okay, nag-i-exist pa rin. Okay, so ilalagyan ko ito ng check, okay, existing. In fact, the subsidiary will submit their separate FS. The parent company is also existing. Okay? So wala pong madi-dissolve dito. Okay? But the parent company has to prepare not only the separate FS of the parent, see for example, Jollibee, but is obliged to submit also, no, the consolidated, okay, financial statement. Conso FS. Yan. So it's the parent company. Si Jollibee in that case. At syempre, itong subsidiary, ang isa i-prepare lang niya is yung separate FS niya. So ibig sabihin, sir, kung may consolidated FS itong parent company, what if hindi fully owned yung subsidiary? What if partially owned? So kapag partially owned sa consolidated FS, dito natin nakikita at pre-present ang tinatawag nating NC-NAS. Okay? This is known as the non-controlling interest in the net asset of the subsidiary. Yan yung hindi kay parent company. Yan yung sa mga others. Okay? And NC-NAS is part of, okay, the shareholders' equity. So dinadagdag natin sa NC-NAS yung Conso Common Stock, Conso APIC, and of course, Conso RE. Kaya meron ka ngayon dito na consolidated shareholders equity. So yan ang component ng Conso shareholders equity. Kasama na po dito yung NC-NAS. So kung meron palang NC-NAS, then we have to determine, okay, how to value the non-controlling interest in the net asset of the subsidiary. So class, okay, sa pag-compute ng goodwill or income from acquisition, okay, you start again from consideration transferred. Okay, magkano ba ang ibinabayad ng parent company or controlling interest doon sa subsidiary? Say for example lang mga kapatid, 80% lang ang binili niya na stock. So kanina, net asset ang binibili, this time stock. Okay, which again, it's an evidence of ownership. So ngayon, kung 80% ang binibili niya, 20% ay hindi sa kanya. No? How to value this 20%? And this 20% is known as fair value of the non-controlling interest. Lalagyan ko ito ng asterisk plus. No? Paano ba ito kino-compute? Depende. Okay, depende. Una, silent ba yung problem as to the valuation of the NC-NAS beginning? Okay? Kung silent po, kailangan mong i-compute ang tinatawag nating PSP. Okay? It is higher between the proportionate share basis and the fair value assessed. Okay? So pag sinabing assessed fair value, yan yung kumbaga assessment ng combining entities o yung mga hindi sa akin, sabi ni parent, mga non-controlling. Ito yung valuation niya. So that's fair value assessed. Okay? Sir, what if wala pong binanggit na fair value assessed? Automatic ba na PSP na agad? Proportionate share basis? The answer is no. Okay? So, dito, kapag silent ang problem, whichever is higher between fair value assessed at proportionate share basis. Ang sabi kasi ng standards class, okay, the combining entity can value the non-controlling interest based on fair value or its proportionate share basis. Basta't ang minimum daw ay proportionate share basis. So kung silent class, for problem-solving purposes, pipiliin natin yung higher. Basta't ang minimum mo ay PSP. See, for example, kung ang PSP proportionate share basis is 200,000, pero ang FB assessed is 180,000, so piliin natin 200,000 the minimum. Yes, sir, ang tanong, paano kino-compute ang PSP or proportionate share basis? Okay? This is equivalent class to the fair value net asset of the subsidiary multiply this by the percentage non-controlling interest. So yung hindi sa'yo parent, i-multiply mo naman yung net asset ng subsidiary because the subsidiary is owned by the controlling and the non-controlling. Diba? So yan po ang ownership. May percentage dyan na kay parent, yung controlling, may percentage naman dyan na hindi kay parent or the non-controlling. So pag minultiply mo yung non-controlling sa fair value net asset, that's the proportionate share basis. Okay. Now, going back, paano pag wala ito? Paano pag walang assets? Ibig pa sabihin, PSP na agad? The answer is no. Ang gagawin mo, class, ay magko-compute ka ng FV implied. Okay? Implied fair value. Or also known as assumed fair value. Okay? Diba, ganun ang ginagawa natin. Kapag walang binigay sa problem, nag-a-assume tayo. Diba? Then, kapag nag-assume fair value tayo, yun na po ba yung valuation? No. Whichever, again, is higher between the PSP and the assumed fair value. Kaya ang tanong, sir, paano kino-compute itong assumed fair value? Okay. So, hindi binigay ang assess, pero binigyan ka kung magkano binili itong 80% na ownership. Say, for example, 800,000, no? Yung valuation. So, all you have to do is, in computing for the FV implied, mag-gross up ka. Ito din tinatawag natin gross up method. So, you have here consideration transferred, divide this by percentage non-controlling interest. Okay? Na-gross up value mo na siya. So, 800,000 divided by 0.8, probably that's 1 million. Okay? Then multiply this by percentage of non-controlling interest. Say, for example, 20%. So, may 200,000 ka na FV implied. This is how to compute the implied or assumed fair value. Okay? Ito naman yung PSP. Again, whichever is higher sa dalawa. Okay? Whichever is higher. Now, there are problems, class, na nagbibigay ng tinatawag na control premium. Okay? Yun yung mga panglito nila sa problem. Pag may control premium, that is an additional payment kasi natuwa yung acquirer, yung parent. For gaining control of the company na gustong-gusto na bilhin, willing pa siyang magdagdag, no, ng payment. Okay? Yung control premium. Okay? Ngayon, with regard to control premium, sa pag-compute ng implied fair value, the control premium is excluded. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, class, ito, no, sa consideration transferred, kung included dito ang control premium, tanggalin mo. Kung excluded dito ang control premium, bago mo i-gross up, okay na yon. Wala na problema. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, okay, if you're going to compute for the PSP, okay, this is equivalent again to FVNA, okay, of the subsidiary. Multiply this by the percentage NCI. Okay, so ito po yung PSP. Whichever is higher ulit. Pero kapag may consideration transferred with control premium, sa pag-compute naman ng FV implied, we have here CT minus control premium. Mag-ingat, class, kasi may mga problem na nagbigay nga ng information na may control premium na ibabayad pero exclusive naman yung consideration transfer of the said control premium. So pag wala naman talaga at hindi siya included dito sa consideration transfer, wag mo nang i-deduct. Okay? So, kunyari, kasama. I-deduct mo yung control premium, then divide this by the controlling interest percentage. Then multiply this by the non-controlling interest. Okay. Yes, sir. Ito yung isang scenario, whichever is higher ng PSP and FP implied, kung walang assessed. Ito naman yung second scenario, whichever is higher ng PSP at saka FP implied, kung walang assessed. Okay? At merong control premium. Yan. Sir, paano kapag may control premium at meron namang assessed fair value? Again, class, let me remind you na mag-a-assume ka lang or mag-i-imagine ka lang kung walang actual na binigay. Diba? Mag-i-implied ka lang kung walang assessed. Okay. Now, whether it is at assessed fair value or implied, itong consideration transferred mo na ito sa taas, sa pag-compute ng tinatawag nating total value of the subsidiary before you compute for the goodwill or income from acquisition, this is always with control premium kung meron mang binigay sa problem. Mag-ingat class ha. Sa taas, sa consideration transferred for goodwill computation purposes or income from acquisition, inclusive of control premium. Kasi binabayad nga naman yan eh. Pero kapag pag-compute ng FBNCI, since inclusive na siya, dito naman excluded siya. Tanggalin mo. In order not to distort the gross up value of the said subsidiary. Net asset of the subsidiary. So yun po ang purpose niyan. Okay? So tanggalin dito, include doon. Pero may mga problem naman na wala namang control premium. Okay? Ngayon, sir, ito po ay silent. Kapag nagsa-silent po sa problem, whichever is higher. Yes. Eh sir, paano kapag hindi silent? Ano pong ibig sabihin nun? Okay? What if given sa problem? Given sa problem or stated. At ang sinabi niya ay fair value approach. Okay? Or full. Okay? Full goodwill approach. Kapag ganyan class, okay? Yung FV assess ang piliin mo or FV implied. Okay? And syempre yung mga gumagawa ng exam naman class, okay? Kapag nag full goodwill approach, ang ilalagay nila sa problem, higher naman talaga. Dapat, no? Yung FV assess kaysa sa PSP. Okay? It will be absurd class na pumili ka ng FV approach tapos higher pala yung PSP. May mga ganong problem class na luloko yung mga examiner doon. No? Pero syempre, in case lang na ma-encounter nyo yan, okay? Kahit na given po sa problem na FV approach, okay? At mababiolate nyo yung standard ng minimum may PSP, piliin nyo ngayon yung PSP. That is why, may advice class, even if given sa problem na FV approach or full goodwill method, okay? I-compare mo pa rin. Baka lang may maligaw na mas mataas pa rin pala ang proportionate share basis, okay? Or approach na ito. Or also known as partial, okay? Goodwill approach. Okay? Partial goodwill approach. Madaling tandaan, FFPP. Okay? So kapag tinanggal mo naman yung fair value net asset of the subsidiary, okay, deducted from the total value of the subsidiary, and the result class ay positive. Ito po ay goodwill. Okay? At anong klaseng goodwill po ang makukompute natin? Depende. If, okay, the FVNCI is valued at F, V approach, or F, full goodwill, so ang result natin ay full goodwill. Kasi full goodwill approach yan. Okay? But if the FVNCI is valued at P, proportional share basis, okay, or under P, partial goodwill approach, the result of the goodwill is also P, partial goodwill. Sir, ano pong implication ng full goodwill or partial goodwill? Kapag P, partial goodwill, ang goodwill na ito ay para lang kay P. Sino yung P? Parent. Ibig sabihin, walang share dyan yung non-controlling interest. Ibig sabihin, ito ay pang-controlling interest lang lahat yung goodwill na yan. Okay, so for elimination entry purposes, magde-debit ka ng goodwill and credit ka ng investment subsidiary company, wala kang credit na NCNAS. Pero pag full goodwill, kaya nga full, may portion dyan na pang-controlling, may portion din dyan na pang-non-controlling. Okay? At yung kay controlling, represented siya ng ISCO. Yan ha, we are going to use the acronym ISCO. What is ISCO? Quick notes natin. Investment in Subsidiary Company. Ito namang non-controlling interest, this is, of course, represented by NCNAS. Okay, the non-controlling interest in the net asset of the subsidiary. So anong maging working paper elimination entry natin? Okay, with regard to setting up of goodwill. Debit goodwill and credit ISCO and credit NCNAS kapag full goodwill. Ibig sabihin mga kapatid, ang goodwill or income from acquisition, if this is negative, no? Impact or income from acquisition, ay pre-present saan? Is it in the separate financial statement o theory tayo or consolidated financial statement? Plus, etong goodwill pre-present or income from acquisition, saan? Sa Conso FS. Okay? Consolidated Financial Statement. So sa separate, ang nakapresent sa separate ay ang investment. So I will spell out, no? Investment in subsidiary, okay, company. Kasi nakapag-gain ka na ng control. Di ba? So, if you have invested in the stocks of a company, tapos wala kang control, wala kang significant influence, alam nyo na yan. Di ba? Investment in FVPL or investment in FVOCI. Kapag ka meron ka namang significant influence but you do not have the control, okay, you have investment in ASOC. Kapag ka may control ka na, okay, at iisa ka lang na nagko-control, investment in the subsidiary company. Ito po yung ISCO. Ang investment in subsidiary company, quick notes ulit natin mga kapatid for theory purposes, ito po ay presented in the separate FS of the parent. Okay? Ayan. Hindi po siya eliminated. Pero ito namang ISCO, ang ISCO ay laging zero. Okay? Tandaan na natin yan. Baka yun yung tanungin. No? Ang ISCO ay laging zero sa Conso. Okay? So, ang ISCO sa Conso ay laging zero because, okay, we are eliminating the investment in subsidiary company as we consolidate. Wala ka ng investment sa kumpanya kasi viewed as one na kayo. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng sayo doon, sinasama mo na sa separate account mo as the parent. Okay? Tapos yung mga hindi sayo, isang account lang i-represent. Ito po yung NC NAS. Okay? So, ganyan po. No? Of course, the income from acquisition or bargain purchase, ito naman ay, ang entry niyan is credit income from acquisition, debit investment in subsidiary company. Okay? And what will be the effect? Okay, saan po siya i-adjust? Kapag ka goodwill, let me erase this. Of course, goodwill is treated asset natin, ina-adjust at pre-present ang goodwill. Ang income from acquisition naman ay sa CRE, Consolidated Retained Earnings. Okay, Consolidated Retained Earnings. So, ayan po. No? So, intro lang muna tayo sa pag-compute ng tinatawag nating goodwill or income from acquisition, okay, under net asset acquisition or stock acquisition. Okay, ngayon, let us illustrate, no, yung net asset acquisition by solving problem letter A dyan sa handout ninyo. I hope you have your handouts with you. Okay? The following statement of financial position were prepared for BDO and Union Bank Company on January 1, 2021, just before they entered into business combination. Plus, kapag net asset acquisition, quick notes natin ito, kapag surviving at book value, okay? Yung pag-combine natin ng mga balances na accounts at book value siya. Kapag ka-dissolved naman or acquiree or acquired ay at fair value. Okay? So yan. So dito, ang acquirer natin at sino naman ang acquired. So you have cash, inventory, building, equipment, accounts payable, bonds payable, common stock, APIC, and RE. So kung gusto mo i-compute class yung shareholders equity beginning, just add yung CARE. No, ano yung CARE? Common stock, APIC, RE. Okay? So for example, we have Union Bank. No, kunyari lang, si Union Bank. Ang common stock niya ay 300,000. Okay? Tapos ang kanyang APIC ay 75,000. So that's 375,000. Plus, ang kanyang retained earnings ay 315,000. So pag inad natin ito, we have here 690,000 as shareholders equity at book value. Okay, at book value ni Union Bank. Ang tanong, si Union Bank ba ang acquirer or siya ba yung acquired? So kung book value ito, syempre dadagdagan natin ng adjustments or babawasan natin to get the fair value net asset of the acquired. Okay? Or the dissolved. Yan. Okay? So ngayon, BDO company acquired Union Bank company by issuing 15,000 shares of common stock and paying cash amounting to 450,000. Ibig sabihin, class, itong si Union Bank, okay, siya yung acquired, okay, or acquiree. Ito namang si BDO, ayan, okay, siya naman yung surviving. Okay? So kung surviving siya yung may consideration transferred, siya yung nagbabayad. At ang sabi sa problem, ang ibinayad niya ay cash amounting to 450,000. Okay, what else? Nagbayad siya ng stocks. Definitely yung stocks na yan valued at market value or market price per share. Okay? 15,000 shares. So 15,000 multiply this by market price per share. At ang tanong ay magkano? Yan, hindi pa natin alam. Okay? Next. In addition, the following were incurred. Okay? Legal fees, okay, amounting to 37,500. Cost of SEC registration. Cost of issuing stock certificate. And general administrative cost. Okay? Were incurred and paid, costing video company 37,500, 15,000, and 22,500. Okay. Ngayon, yung kailangan mong i-compute muna dito ay yung consideration transferred and the FP&A. Okay? Meron bang adjustment sa book value? So, i-compare mo na ngayon yung asset at book value versus asset at fair value. Nag-increase ba or nag-decrease? So pag nag-increase ang asset, the effect definitely is plus. Okay? Kapag ka nag-decrease naman yung asset, ang effect naman ay minus. So tignan natin. Cash and receivable from 225,000, okay, naging 250,000. So ibig sabihin, class, there is an increase in asset. Ilagay ko na lang dito, class, no? Increase in cash and receivable amounting to, magkano to? 25,000. Okay? What else? Inventory amounting to 150,000 ni Union Bank, class, no? Naging 250,000. So there is also increase in inventory amounting to 100,000. Yan. Then building of Union Bank, which is equivalent to 450, nag-increase siya ng 500. Nag-increase siya papunta sa 525. So, by how much? 75,000. So, nag-increase tayo na building. Okay, amounting to 75,000. So, 450, naging 525. With regard to accounts payable, class, pag nag-i-increase ang liability, the effect is deduction. Siyempre, alam nyo na yan, class, no? Inversely related ang capital sa liability. Pag nag-decrease naman ang liab, then plus naman ang magiging effect niyan. So dito sa problem, from 60,000 naging 45,000. So there is decrease in what? In accounts payable. So the effect is plus. So this is plus 15,000. Okay? And last, from 75,000, nag-increase ang bonds payable amounting to 30,000. So the effect now here is minus. So ayan. So magkano ngayon ang fair value net asset nung acquired or dissolved company? Okay? So we have here 690, okay? Plus 25. Okay, so you have here 715 plus 100, 815. Okay, plus 75, that is 890, plus 15, we have 905, no? Minus 30, 875 ito. Okay, 875,000 ang fair value net asset ng acquired. So, ang binibili mo ay FP&A. Magkano yung total consideration transfer, TCT? Okay? The total consideration transferred minus FP&A of the dissolved company amounting to 875,000, dyan po mako-compute ang goodwill or income from acquisition. ang sabi ng problem class, no, magkano daw ang market price per share? Okay? If the market stock price of BDO and Union Bank are 25 and 14, class, mamili kayo. Is it 25 or 14? Siyempre, ang nagbabayad ay yung BDO. Okay? Ang binabayaran yung Union Bank. So, ang nag-issue ng 15,000 shares na ito is, okay, we have here BDO. And ang kanyang market price per share ay 25 per share. So, 25 times 15,000, this is equivalent to 375. Okay? So, ilagay ko na lang dito, 375,000. I-add mo sa 450 na cash, magkano ang total na consideration transferred or paid? So, we have 825,000. Okay? So, negative ito, mga kapatid. We have here negative 50,000, and this negative 50,000 is treated as income from acquisition or simply bargain purchase. Nakatipid ka. Okay? And this income from acquisition will be added to your combined retained earnings. Okay? Combined retained earnings. Ngayon, question. How much is goodwill or income from acquisition? So our answer for number 1 is negative 50,000 or income from acquisition, letter D. Ito. For number 2, how much is the combined common stock after acquisition? Number 3, combined APIC after acquisition. Number 4, combined total RE. At idadagdag mo itong 50,000 sa RE. Then, number 5, combined total liabilities. Number 6, total asset. And of course, number 7, gain or loss on sale. So, bago natin sagutin, class, yung number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sagutan na natin yung number 7. Diba? So, kung ito pala yung goodwill or income from acquisition, and we have computed the income from acquisition by simply deducting fair value net asset from total consideration transferred. Sa gain or loss on sale, yung number 7, ang gawin mo naman, TCT, total consideration transferred na 825,000, i-deduct mo naman, mga kapatid, ang book value net asset ng acquired or dissolved. Okay? At ang book value niya, ito po yon, 690,000. Yung concept lang nito, mga kapatid, ay para kang nagbebenta ng equipment. Diba? Debit ka ng cash kung magkano yung natanggap mong payment, credit ka, carrying value ng equipment. Credit ka ng equipment at cost, debit ka ng accumulated depreciation, kung gain, credit gain on sale. Ganon din dito. Book value or carrying value ang tinatanggal. So ngayon, 825,000 minus 690,000, we have here 135,000. And this 135,000 ay gain on sale. Okay? And this is recognized in the dissolved company Union Bank book, which will be adjusted and close to the retained earnings bago siya definitely masarado na. So pag tinanong kayo, how much is the gain or loss on sale? Then 135,000 gain, letter C, ang sagot natin for number 7. Okay? So ayan, mga kapatid, no? Ngayon, we're done with goodwill income from acquisition computation. Now, i-discuss naman natin, class, yung tinatawag natin na stock issue cost and the expenses. Kasi ang una mong entry, okay, i-debit mo lahat ng asset. Okay? So this is in the book of the acquirer or the surviving. I-debit mo lahat ng asset of the acquiree or yung dissolved at fair value. Kasi ililipat mo sa'yo eh. So lahat yan. See, for example, cash, inventory, building, okay, debit mo lahat yan at fair value. At ang fair value niya, see, for example, 250 plus 250 plus 525, that is 1,025,000. 1,025,000. Okay? Tapos, i-credit mo lahat ng liability of the acquiree. Okay? At fair value also. Kaya nga, meron kang fair value net asset deducted from consideration transferred. So, yung liability portion ni Union Bank, 45 plus 105, that's 150,000. So, entryhan lang muna natin, ha? Ngayon, ang consideration transferred mo ay cash. Okay, so ito, FVNA. Ito naman, consideration transferred. Cash amounting to 450,000. Okay? Magkikredit ka ng common stock at par. So you have your 15,000 multiplied by the par value of BDO, which is in this case 20. So multiply this by 20, kaya meron kang, magkano to? 300,000. Kasi hindi po ba 375 yung na-compute natin kanina? Dahil meron ka pang APIC. Yan. This is 15,000 times excess of market price per share over the par value na 5. So meron kang 75,000. So ito po yung consideration transferred. So kung i-add natin yung credit at saka yung debit, hindi pa balanse. Kaya dito mo naman i-recognize yung income from acquisition, which is equivalent to 50,000. So pwede pong ganito ang diskarte mo, journal entry, or yung kanina. Pero syempre, I would suggest yung kanina, no? Yung format natin, consideration transferred minus FP&A na lang. Now, sa second entry natin, dito mo naman i-recognize yung REX. Okay, REX. That's our acronym, no? Related expenses. Okay. Pag sinabi natin related expenses, yun yung binayaran mo incurred, okay, na hindi related sa stock issuance. Okay, such as yung general admin cost, legal fees, accounting fees, okay? With regard to business combination, okay, not pertaining to stock issuance, pwede pong additional cost yon. Okay? Pero pag sinabing SEC registration, okay, of the business combination, expense yun. Yan. Pero pag SEC registration of the stocks issued, then stock issuance cost yun. Pero naging practice kasi pag silent SEC registration, okay, yan po ay stock issuance cost if, okay, mag-ingat po tayo, merong in-issue na shares. Okay? So, ulitin ko mga kapatid ha, related expense, ito po, general admin, legal fees, accounting fees, okay? Pero pag SEC registration, ganito nyo po, i-consider kung yan ba ay REX or SIC. Okay? Mamimili ka lang eh. REX ba siya or SIC? Sir, ano bang treatment kapag SIC? Ang SIC kasi mga kapatid class ay contra equity account. Ito naman expense agad. Okay? So ang SEC registration, aalamin mo class kung ito ba ay with issuance, okay, of shares. Kasi kung no, at sinabing the SEC registration is 10,000, that SEC registration pertains to the business combination. So kung no, treated siya as related expense. Kung ito naman ay yes, the SEC registration at silent siya, okay, then it will be treated as stock issuance cost. Naging practice na po kasi ng SEC registration. Ang nire-register natin ay yung additional shares issued. Pero pag sinabi class na SEC registration for the business combination, dito siya. REX siya. Related expense. Part siya ng RE. Kapag ka naman SEC registration for additional shares issuance, okay, then it will be part of SIC. Ngayon, class, burahin ko to class ha. Ano ba kasi ang entry, sir, kapag ka related expense? Ano naman ang entry kapag ka stock issuance cost? Kapag related expense, class, ang entry mo lang ay debit expense, so this is number 2, okay, and credit cash. Yan po. Okay? Kapag stock issuance cost, number 3, ang entry mo ay i-credit mo yung cash na ibinayad, tapos i-debit mo class yung APIC. Yan. So APIC muna. APIC issued. Ibig sabihin, sir, yung 75,000 kanina, uubusin muna namin yung APIC issued na yon kapag may related expenses? Yes. Eh sir, paano kapag hindi sapat? Example, sir, ang kunyari lang na SIC ay 80,000. Eh 75 lang yung na-issue kanina sa entry number 1. What will be debited amounting to 5,000? Okay. The old rule class, nung panahon namin, at hindi ko nababanggitin kung kailan yon, okay, ang dinedebit po ay retained earnings. Hindi na po yan tama. Okay? So, ang tamang entry po ay debit stock issuance cost. So, this is for theory. Now, itong stock issuance cost na ito is treated as contra equity account. Okay? Contra equity. Yan ha? Contra equity. Ibig sabihin, class, okay, meron siyang unang kukontrahin, parang ganito siya eh. Para pong AR, ang kakontra naman niya for presentation purposes ay si allowance for bad debt. Yan, may ganyang presentation po yung AR sa balance sheet. Diba? Tapos AR net. So, ganun din sa SIC. Okay? Ito po, dalawang kukontrahin niya. Kung kaya pa ng APIC prior, ibig sabihin yung APIC ni parent bago niya, rather ni surviving, bago niya bilhin yung net asset nung dissolve, kung kaya pang i-absorb yung 5,000, dito mo i-deduct yung stock issue cost na 5,000. Kung hindi na kaya, that's the time na mag-RE ka na. Okay? Mag-RE. Yan. Okay? Sugurahin ko na ito mga kapatid ha. So dati, nung time namin, okay, diretso agad. No? RE na agad. Pero ngayon, hindi po ganon. Ha? Ang una muna niyang babawasan, contra equity, ay APIC nung surviving. Okay? Kaya nga stock issue cost po yan. Related po dun sa issuance ng shares. Okay? So sa problem natin, meron po tayong stock issue cost. Meron din po tayong related expenses. So let us identify kung magkano yung stock issue cost and related expenses. So dito, we have the following cost incurred. Legal fees amounting to 37,500. Ito po ay REX. Okay? We have cost of SEC registration. Silent po siya, pero meron pong issuance, SEC registration, amounting to 37,500. Ito naman po ay SIC. Next, we have cost of issuing stock certificate. Obviously, stock certificate po yun. Yung mga printing, issuance, amounting to 15,000. Kaya ang SIC natin, stock issue cost lang natin, ay equivalent to 52,500. Eh hindi po ba yung entry number 1 natin kanina, 75,000 ito? No? Yung APIC issued. So ang entry po natin, sir, ngayon, kung 52,500 lang yung SIC, credit cash, 52,500. Okay? And debit APIC issued, kaya po bang i-absorb nung additional issuance ng APIC? Yes, 52,500. So, ibig sabihin, wala kang additional debit na SIC. Zero. Okay? With regard to related expenses, may additional cost ka pa na general admin expense. Okay? Amounting to how much? This is equivalent to 22,500. So, pag inad natin ito, this is equivalent to 60,000. Yan. And this 60,000, i-credit mo. Credit cash, 60,000. Debit expense, 60,000. So this will be your entry with regard to related expenses. Ito naman ang entry mo with regard to stock issue cost. Okay? So na-discuss natin yung old rule, RE dati, hindi na po tama ngayon yan. The new rule is, okay, contra equity account ang SIC. Okay? So let us combine the balances. Ito po ang shortcut. Ito po ang quick notes natin with regard to combining balances. So tandaan nyo na lang po ito, class, ha? Kapag ka-combine balances, tandaan po si Carla. Okay? And I lifted this acronym, okay, from my professor, reviewer. I would like to acknowledge him, Sir Christopher Herman, my professor in UST. Carla, sabi ni Sir Chris, tandaan mo lang ang number ni Carla. Okay? 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Yan. Okay? Ngayon, dinagdagan ko naman. Nung ako na yung professor at nagtuturo, with due respect kay Sir Chris, pinaalam ko itong acronym na to, gumawa naman ako ng additional na kwento. Okay? See, for example, kaya siya 2 kasi tandaan mo, dalawang component niya. At ang acronym naman natin ay 2C. So this is what I'm sharing now with you. The quick notes, no? Tapos yung A, asa. Yan, asa. Okay? So tatlo naman yung components. R, rire. Okay? Rire. Yan. Negative kapag may open close parenthesis, negative. And L is LLC. Okay? And A is aga. Okay? Aga. May kamukha ka bang artista? Of course. Yan. Kunyari si Aga, kamukha mo. Di maganda, at least si Carla, matatandaan mo na. Ngayon, ano tong 2C? 2C stands for common stock of the acquirer. Okay? Plus common stock of the acquiree. Okay? Kapag acquiree, nabanggit natin kanina at fair value. Okay? Kapag acquirer naman at book value. ASA stands for APIC of the acquirer. Okay? Plus APIC issued. Ito po yung 75,000 kanina. Okay? Minus stock issue cost. Ito naman po yung 57,500 or 52,500. Okay? And then combined RE, we have here RE of the acquirer plus income from acquisition. We have computed a while ago, it's 50,000. And then minus related expenses. Kanina, na-compute natin, it is 60,000. Minus excess. Excess of SIC over topic. Okay? Ayan. Yung topic class ay total APIC. Okay? So excess. Just simply deduct excess. Kung hindi kaya na ng APIC prior, tsaka ka mag-deduct dito sa RE. LLC stands for liability, okay, of the acquirer at book value plus liability of the acquiree at fair value plus contingent liability. Okay? Pag sinabing contingent liability, this is additional payment pending the happening of a condition or an event. Diba? Pag hindi nangyari, hindi ako magbabayad. Since babayaran kita in the future, liability ko yan. Contingent na lang. Yan. And of course, AGA stands for asset of the acquirer at book value plus asset of the acquiree at fair value, okay? Plus goodwill, if any. Eh, sa problem na ito, it is income from acquisition minus all cash payments, inclusive of the so-called consideration transfer. Okay? So ngayon, sa problem class, magkano ba ang common stock? O dito tayo. Common stock ni acquirer, tignan nyo yung balance sheet. It is equivalent to 1.2 million. Okay? So lagyan 1,200,000 plus 15,000 shares, multiply this by 20 per share at par, this is 300,000. Kaya ang common stock combined natin is 1,500,000. So ito po ang sagot natin sa combined common stock. Okay? Now with regard to the computation of APIC, ang APIC ni acquirer is equivalent to 225. So lagay ko dito class ha, 225,000. Okay? Plus APIC issued as computed a while ago, 15,000 shares, multiply this by 5. So 75 yan. Okay? Then ang ating stock issue cost ay 52,500. Kaya ang mako-compute natin class na combined APIC is equivalent to 247,500. 247,500. Yan. Di ba? Madali lang po, no? Without preparing the journal entry. Basta tandaan lang yung Carla, Tusi, Asa, Rire, LLC, and Aga. Now, with regard to Rire or RE, combined RE, RE of the acquirer as provided sa problem ay equivalent to 712,500. Okay. At dinagdag mo ang income from acquisition ng 50,000 because your entry number 4 is debit income from acquisition, credit RE. Okay, so entry number 1, setting up of INFAC. Entry number 2, related expense. Entry number 3, stock issue cost. Entry number 4 is closing of the said income from acquisition to the RE of the surviving. Wala kang makikita, class, na RE ni dissolve. Wala kang makikitang APIC ni dissolve or common stock ni dissolve. Kasi wala na po yung existence ng dissolved company. Ang nalipat ay liability at fair value and asset at fair value. So dito, class, okay, magkano ba, no? Ang related expense, 60,000. Tapos, wala naman pong excess. Diba? So this is 0. Kaya ang ating combined RE sa problem ay equivalent to 702,500. 702,500. Okay? Now, with regard to LLC or liability, combined liability, ang liability na acquirer at book value is equivalent to 900,000 plus liability of the acquiree. Okay? Pag inad natin yon, actually nasa entry number 1 natin kanina, 45 plus 105, that's 150. So plus 150,000. Wala namang contingent liability, this is 0. So 900 plus 150,000 plus 0, this is 1,050,000. Okay, so ganyan po ang pag-combine ng liability. Now, with regard to combined asset, magkano ba ang asset ni acquirer at book value? So tignan nyo, class, from cash and receivable, which is 450,000, plus inventory 900,000, plus building and equipment 1,687,500. And of course, yung liability, ito na po yun, no? 900. Yung 225 plus 675. So pag inad natin yung book value asset, this is equivalent to 3,037,500. Okay? Tapos, dagdagan mo ng fair value asset ng acquiree, which is equivalent to 1,025,000. Ito na-complete na natin kanina. Goodwill, wala pong goodwill. This is 0. And all cash payments, ano ba yung mga binayaran natin? First, consideration transferred, 450,000. Okay. Second, related expense, 60,000. Ito yun. Third, okay, we have here stock issue cost, 52,500. Puro po expense yan. Okay? So ngayon, 3,037,500 plus 1,025,000 minus 450 minus 60 minus 525, ang total combined asset natin ay 3.5 million. And if you want to check, apply the basic accounting equation. Okay? Asset is equal to shareholders' equity, ito yun, yung care, plus liability. So to check, 1.5 million plus 247,500 plus 702,500 plus 1,050,000, this is equivalent to 3.5 million. Okay, so ayan po, no? Ang ating problem letter A, okay, assumption number 1. To answer question number 1, again, that's 50,000 negative. So we have here income from acquisition, letter D. Number 2, combined common stock is 1.5 billion, letter B. Number 3, combined APIC, we have 247,500, letter A. Combined total RE for number 3, we have, for number 4, we have 702,500, letter B. And number 5, how much is the combined liability? 1,050,000, letter C. And number 6, how much is the combined asset? 3.5 million. Okay? At ito po ay letter B sa problem. Now, let's proceed to the second assumption. Purahin ko na ito, mga kapatid, ha? The second assumption, if the market stock price of BDO and Union Bank Company are 40 per share and 15 peso per share respectively. Okay? How much is the goodwill or income from acquisition? So again, consideration transferred, 450,000 plus, okay, so this is cash. Okay? Stocks of 15,000 shares, multiply this by 40. Okay? Kasi nga, ang market price yung i-multiply mo sa number of shares and this is in the form of stocks. So pag inad natin ito, okay, we have here total consideration transferred of 1,050,000 if I'm not mistaken. Okay? 1,050,000. Yan. I-deduct mo dito yung fair value net asset of the dissolved company, which is again 875,000. So this time class, ang result na natin ay goodwill. Okay? And this is equivalent to 175,000 goodwill. Ganyan po. No? So ang sagot natin for number 8, how much is the goodwill? 175,000. Letter C. Ngayon, kung common stock ang tinatanong, combined common stock, 2 silang ang tatandaan. Okay? Common stock of the acquirer plus common stock issued. Okay. So the common stock of the acquirer, again, is 1,200,000. Common stock issued, 15,000 shares. Multiply this by 20 per share. Edi 300,000 yun. No? So ang combined common stock natin, parehas pa rin. 1.5 million. Okay, so to answer question number 2, or rather number 9, letter B, 1.5 million. Okay? Now, with regard to combined APIC, so ituloy na natin class, no? Common stock, APIC. So kapag APIC, we have here ASA. ASA. So yung APIC natin of the acquirer, again, is equivalent to, magkano yung class, yung beginning APIC natin. We have 225,000. Okay? And then stock issue cost, again, is 52,500. Dideduct mo yan. At yung APIC issued, okay, issued, hindi na po ito 75,000 mga kapatid ha. Ito na po ay equivalent sa 15,000 times the excess of 40 over 20. So this is equivalent to 300,000. So 20 times 15,000, 300,000. Yan. So pag inad natin ito, ang combined APIC natin is equivalent to, okay, we have 472,500. 225 plus 300, that's 525 minus 52,500, 472,500. Next, RE. Sa RE, tandaan po ang acronym na RERE. Okay? How much is the retained earnings of the acquirer? Again, we have here 712,500. Okay? Meron po bang income from acquisition? This time, wala. Kasi ang result po ay goodwill. So this is 0. Okay? Tapos, meron ka bang related expense? Meron po, 60,000. So i-deduct mo. Meron ka bang excess? Ibig sabihin, yung SIC, ito po yon, ay hindi sapat yung total APIC. O class, pag nag-0 ka dito, possible na meron. Since positive yan, wala kang excess. Okay? So ngayon, ang combined RE natin, okay, RE is equivalent to how much? 712, 500 minus 60,000, 652,500. Okay? So pag tinanong kayo combined shareholders equity, i-add nyo lang yung tatlo. Okay? Pero syempre, pakatanungin yung combined liability, so tandaan yung LLC. Liability of the acquirer at book value. Okay. Plus liability of the acquiree at fair value. And plus contingent liability. Okay? Or ELCC. Ngayon, dito ang liability natin parehas pa rin. 900,000 plus 150,000. So this is 0. So your combined, okay, liability is equivalent to 1,050,000. Okay. Ngayon, basic accounting equation na lang, combined asset. Okay? And with regard to combined asset, pag i-add natin ito, 1.5 million plus 472,500 plus 652,500 plus 1,050,000 is equivalent to 3,675,000. Ayan po. But if you want, you can use AGA. Okay, AGA. Asset of the acquirer, again, at book value. Asset of the acquiree, at fair value. Goodwill, kung meron man, at meron ngayon. No? We have here 175 minus all cash payments. So, tandaan na lang po ito. Then you apply para makompute itong 3.675 million. So to answer, mga kapatid, again, for question number 8, goodwill of 175,000, letter C. Question number 9, combined common stock. We have here 1.5 million. Number 10, combined APIC. We have 472,500. Number 11, we have combined RE of 652,500, letter A. And combined liability as is tayo, 1,050,000. And combined asset of letter D, 3.675 million. Okay? So, ganyan po, mga kapatid, kapag net asset acquisition. Tandaan nyo lang po, yung 2C, okay? ASA, RIRE, LLC, at AGA. Okay? And you will be guided in combining the said balances. Okay. So now, let's proceed to problem letter B. Okay, punta naman na tayo sa stock acquisition. On January 1, 2021, statement of financial position of Solo Corporation at book and market value were as follows. Okay? We have fair value of current asset, 1,125. Property and equipment, 1.5 million. Current liability, 450,000. And long-term liability, 690,000. Fair value yun. So, i-compute mo, class, o i-compute mo yung fair value, okay, net asset, no, ng subsidiary. Okay? All you have to do is just to deduct yung liability sa kanyang asset. So we have here 1,125 plus 1.5 million. So you have here 2,625,000. Okay? Minus, i-deduct mo dito, class, yung fair value liability, 450 plus 690. So we have here 1,140,000. Okay? So pag dineduct natin yan, ang ating fair value net asset is equivalent to 1,485,000. 1,485. Okay? I-subsidiary yan, mga kapatid. No? At ang sabi sa problem, Polo Corporation paid 1,425. So, ang consideration transferred ni Polo is 1,425,000. Ang tanong, ilang percent ang ownership ni Polo? Sabi dito, 80% of Solo. So kung 80% lang ito, dagdagan mo to ng 20%. And this 20% is the fair value non-controlling interest in the net asset of the subsidiary beginning, FBNCS, or simply FBNCI, whichever is, ayan na po, higher between the assessed and PSB. So yung PSB natin, ganito natin siya i-compute. Multiply this by the percentage NCI, itong FBNA of the subsidiary, which is 20%. Then you have the proportionate share basis. So what is 20% of 1,485? At ang sagot natin, mga kapatid, is 297,000. So ito po yung minimum na dapat na basis. Okay? So to compute FB and SINAS. Ngayon, ano ba ang sabi sa problem? Situation letter A. Letter A muna tayo. If the fair value NCI is assessed to be 345. So ilagay na lang natin dito, class, ha? FB assessed, no? Is 345,000. Whichever is higher, yun ang piliin mo. So higher po yung 345. Ilagay mo ngayon siya dito, 345,000. Yan. Okay? Since F ang napili, kung goodwill ang result, F din po yan. Full goodwill. So pag inad natin ito, 1425 plus, okay? We have 345,000 is equivalent to 1,770,000. Itong 1,770 is known as the TV of S. Ano po yung TV? Total value of the subsidiary. Okay? Sa perspective ng bumibili na 80%, ito yung value niya, 1,425. Sa perspective naman ng hindi sa kanya 20%, ito yung value niya, 345,000. So, this TV of S class, no, kung gusto mong i-shortcut at makompute agad ang tinatawag nating goodwill or income from acquisition, ibaba mo lang ito, no? Okay, you have your FV&A of the subsidiary amounting to 1,485,000. Okay? So pag dinidak mo yan, you will be computing for goodwill. Okay? Amounting to how much? Yan. So ang goodwill natin ay 285,000. Anong klaseng goodwill yan? Definitely, it is also F. Kasi nga F tayo dito. No? Fair value. And this goodwill full ay meron tayong sharing. Okay, ganito po ang shortcut natin sa sharing, mga kapatid, ha? Okay? Ang gagawin mo lang ay i-deduct mo lang ito. No? Quick notes, deduct mo lang. Change. 345 minus 297. Okay? Magkano po yung kanyang share sa goodwill? Okay? So this is equivalent to how much? This is equivalent to 27,000. Okay? Or magkano to? 345 minus 297. The excess of 48. No, this is 48,000. Okay, 48. Yan. So ibig mo sabihin, sir, itong 285 na ito, portion dyan ay non-controlling interest. Yes. Okay? So this is 48,000. Portion naman dito controlling para kay parent. And this is equivalent to 237,000. So ang entry mo dito, elimination entry number 3 to set up the goodwill, okay, is debit goodwill amounting to 285,000 and credit, okay, ISCO amounting to 237,000 and credit Encinas. Yan. Setting up the non-controlling interest in the net asset of the subsidiary, 48,000. Yan. This is entry number 3. No? Sir, nasan yung entry number 1 at entry number 2? Yan. Kaya, ang sinasabi sa standard, mas magandang mag-compute ka ng allocated excess para ma-set up mo muna yung kung magkano yung tinatawag nating elimination ng common stock APIC and RE. No? So, alternatively, ganito, mga kapatid. Shortcut na kasi ito yung 285 at saka yung sharing. So before we proceed to the allocated excess, no? Ito kasi yung requirement. Number 1, prepare the working paper elimination entry. Ito na po yung number 3. No? Yung 1 and 2, i-discuss natin mamaya. How much is the allocated excess? Ayan, hindi na natin na-compute ngayon kasi nag-shortcut na tayo. Okay? Number 3, how much is the full goodwill? Of course, we have 285,000. Masasagutan mo to, letter B is the correct answer. How much is the partial goodwill? O class, ang partial goodwill ay goodwill na para kay parent. So, ang sagot natin ay 237,000. Okay? Yung para kay parent. Ayan. Partial P, parent. Next, how much of the total goodwill is attributable to the parent? Letter B ulit, 237,000. How much of the total goodwill is attributable to the non-controlling interest? 48,000. Paano kinompute? Yung shortcut. Just the difference between PSP and FP assessed. Ngayon, let's proceed to the allocated excess computation. So, ang gagawin mo lang, mga kapatid, i-deduct mo, instead of fair value net asset agad, book value ka muna. Book value net asset of the subsidiary. Okay. Magkano po ba ang book value net asset ni subsidiary? Okay. 1,350,000. 1,350,000. So pag dinidak mo yan, yan po yung tinatawag nating ALEX. Okay? Allocated excess. Okay? And the ALEX or allocated excess is equivalent to 420,000. Okay? So ang sagot na natin ngayon, class, dun sa number 2, how much is the allocated excess? Letter C, 420,000. Yes, sir. Hindi po ba ang goodwill natin ay 285,000? Yes. So dapat may adjustment tayo dito. Yes, of course. At ang adjustment mo, class, ay magde-deduct ka kapag nag-i-increase yung fair value asset. This is unusual, di ba? Pag nag-i-increase, nagde-deduct tayo yung asset. Pag nagdi-decrease naman, pag nag-i-increase, nag-a-add tayo. Pag nagdi-decrease, nagde-deduct. This time, kapag nag-increase ang fair value asset nung acquired or yung dissolved, deduction ng effect. Okay? Kapag ka nag-decrease ang liability, deduction din. Kapag nag-decrease naman ang asset, plus. Kapag nag-increase ang liability, plus naman ang adjustment. Bakit po ganun? Okay? Kasi ang dinededuct mo sa TV of S ay fair value net asset. So ibig sabihin, para makompute mo yung fair value, kailangan sundin niya yung sign ng book value. So kung negative ito at nag-increase, mag-negative din siya. Kapag ka negative ito at nag-decrease, kukontrahin niya. Example, tingnan niyo mga kapatid ha. Current asset dating 1.2 naging 1125. So ibig sabihin, nag-decrease siya ng 75,000. So kung nag-decrease yung asset, ito po yun, plus 75,000 ka dito. Okay, this is current asset. Okay? Next, property and equipment of 1,350 nadagdagan ng how much? 150,000 kasi naging 1.5 million. So increase in asset, 150,000. So this is negative. Property and equipment. Okay? What else? Current liabilities, wala pong pagbabago. Long-term liability, from 750 naging 690. So nag-decrease ang liability, okay? Ito po yon, amounting to, okay? 60,000. So pag nag-decrease ang liability, okay, decrease in long-term liability, the effect is plus. So 420 minus 150, that is 270 plus you have here nag-decrease ang liab. Sorry, this is minus kasi nag-decrease yung liab. So 420 minus 150, this is 270, okay? Plus neto na lang na 15,000, 285,000. Okay? So ganyan po. Eh ba't mo naman gagawin ito kung pwede mong shortcutin? Kaso nga lang may mga problem na mapipilitan kang gawin ito kasi nag-a-Alex ka. Okay? So yan, pang-check mo na lang yung shortcut. Okay? So again, our answer for number 1, okay, ito po yung entry na natin, no, gagawin natin. Number 2, allocated excess 420. Number 3, full goodwill 285. Number 4, partial goodwill 237. Number 4, okay, 237 pa rin. And number 5, non-controlling is 48,000. Okay. Yun. With regard to the entry, okay, burahin ko na to, sa situation number 1, no? Ang entry natin ay sa book ni parent, meron kasing debit investment in S company amounting to 1,425,000. Ito po yun. Okay? And credit cash. So, ibig sabihin mga kapatid, sa separate FS ni parent, ito separate separate FS. Dito pre-represent ang investment in subsidiary company, ISCO. Tapos, kapag nagko-conso FS na tayo, ikaw parent ang gagawa, kailangan mong i-prepare ang working paper elimination entry to eliminate the said investment. Kasi viewed as one na kayo. So, ibig sabihin, class, ang entry mo, number 1, is to eliminate care. Okay? Common stock of the subsidiary, APIC of the subsidiary, RE of the subsidiary. And this is equivalent to 1,350. Okay? Ang common stock ni subsidiary is equivalent to 150,000. Ang APIC ni subsidiary is 300,000. At ang RE niya ay 900,000. Pag inad mo yan, yan po yung 1,350. Ito po yun. So entry number 1 po yan. Okay, entry number 1. At ang credit mo ay credit ISCO, credit NCNAS. In case lang natanungin sa problem, no, yung entry. ang gagawin mo dyan, just to multiply the percentage. So 80% and 20%. Okay? 80% of 1,350, this is equivalent to how much? This is equivalent to 1,080,000. Burahin ko na to mga kapatid, ha? Yan. Tapos, 20% of 1,350 is 27,000. Rather, 270,000, I should say. Yan. Entry number 2, yung updating, yung increase in asset, decrease in NIAB. Ibig sabihin, nung nag-debit ka ng property and equipment amounting to 150,000, nag-debit ka ng decrease in liability, long-term liability amounting to 60,000, at nag-credit ka ng current asset, nag-decrease siya by 75,000, sabay paghahatian ulit ni ISCO, which is 80% ang sa kanya, at ni Encinas. Okay? Which is 20% naman ang sa kanya. So 80% of 135,000 is 108,000 and 20% is 27,000. Ayan po, sarado na po siya. Okay? Then entry number 3, sumurahin ko na to. Entry number 3 will be the setting up of goodwill, which we have already presented a while ago. Debit ka ng goodwill amounting to 285,000, credit ka ng ISCO, at credit ka ng Encinas. O class, please, huwag niyong shortcutin na mag-multiply ng percentage. Mamamali ka dyan. Hindi laging tama yan. Okay? Ang gawin mo lang ay process of elimination. 1,425, i-deduct mo yung 1,080, i-deduct mo yung 108, kaya meron kang 237,000. Or simply, again, deduct from full goodwill yung share ni Encinas. And this share of Encinas is the change of PSP versus assessed. Okay? Diba? So, ganyan lang po, which is 48,000 ito. So, ito po ang entry natin, requirement number 1. Diba, class? Yung unang requirement, yun pa yung huli nating ginawa. Why? Kasi syempre, pang-theories naman ito eh. So for problem purposes, problem solving purposes, pwede ka nang dumiretso kahit hindi mo i-prepare yung working paper elimination entry. And the lesson here, class, is that ang ISCO 1,425 dati sa separate book, sa conso, minus 1,080, minus 108, minus 237, ay laging 0. Yan ha? Okay? So take note of that. Ang ISCO sa conso ay laging 0. Ang ISCO sa separate FS ay yung consideration transferred or paid. Okay? Hindi nagbabago ang ISCO unless there is step acquisition. Okay? Under cost method, there is no change in investment in subsidiary company even if there is income or declaration of dividend. But if the ISCO is treated under equity method, para na siyang investment in ASOC, investment in joint venture, na nag-i-increase kapag meron siyang share sa net income at nag-decrease kapag meron siyang share sa dividend. Okay? So, ngayon, let's proceed to the next presumption. If the fair value NCI is assessed to be at 295, so we have here again consideration transferred, 1,425,000, okay? And FVNCI. Okay, this is 80%, this is 20%. So, ang PSP natin is 1,485,000, multiply this by 20%, so you have 297,000. Okay? Ngayon, ang FV assessed, as provided sa problem, is equivalent to 295,000. Ano po ang pipiliin nyo? Whichever is higher. Correct. Higher. Ayan, higher. So, dito ilalagay mo 297,000. Okay? Since P itong valuation niya, proportion share, if the result is goodwill, partial po yung goodwill na magiging valuation. Okay? So, we have here TV of S amounting to 1,722,000. Okay? Gamitin na natin yung SODA X. No? Ang tawag natin dito ay SODA-X, Statement of Determination and Allocation of Excess. SODA-X. Minus tayo dito ng book value net asset of the subsidiary, which is equivalent to 1,350,000. So our allocated excess or ALEX is equivalent to 372,000. Okay? Tapos, meron kang adjustment. Increase in asset, decrease in liab. Okay? The effect is deduction. Decrease in asset, increase in liab. The effect is addition. So again, kagaya nung kanina, okay? We have 150,000. Okay? Tapos, meron tayong 75,000. And meron tayong 60,000. Okay? Kaya ang goodwill natin ay equivalent to 237,000. Ayan po. At anong klaseng goodwill ito? P, partial. Bakit P? Kasi proportionate share basis. Tapos wala kang share dito, class, no? Zero. Kasi nga, negative na yan eh. 295 minus 297. Walang excess. Ibig sabihin, lahat ito ay para kay parent. Ibig sabihin, ang entry number 3 natin, class, ay debit goodwill, okay, amounting to 237,000, and credit ISCO amounting to 237,000. Okay? So, ayan. Ibig sabihin din, class, yung entry number 1 natin, which is debit, this is to eliminate common stock, APIC, and RE of the subsidiary, which is, again, equivalent to 150,000, okay, 300,000, and 900,000. Credit ka ulit dito, mga kapatid, ng ISCO at NC-NAS, which is 1,080,000 and 270,000. Okay? So we have, aside from this, okay, we have entry number 2. Okay, ito na to. At yung entry number 2 natin is the updating of book value to fair value. So debit ka ng property and equipment amounting to 150,000. Decrease in long-term liability of 60,000. Okay, ito po yun, no? Yan yung updating. And credit ka ng, we have here current asset amounting to 75,000. And credit ka ng ISCO, credit ka ng NCI. And this time, pwede po yung 80-20. Dito, 80-20. Eh, dito wala. No? Kasi kay parent lang yung goodwill. So we have ISCO, 80% is 108,000 and this is 27,000. Now, i-check nga ninyo mga kapatid. Tama ba na yung NCI ay 297,000? So entry number 1, okay, 27,000. Yan, ito po siya. Entry number 2, setting up, 270,000. Entry number 3, 0. So pag inad mo yan, 297,000. Ibig sabihin, mga kapatid, ang NC-NAS nakikita mo lang saan? Sa consolidated FS. Pero ang ISCO nakikita mo saan? Sa separate FS. At sa conso, ang ISCO ay laging 0 dahil, i-deduct mo naman to, entry number 1, minus dito, 1,080,000. So minus 1,080,000. Entry number 2, minus 108,000. And entry number 3, minus 237,000. So pag dineduct natin yan, ang ISCO sa conso ay 0. Okay, to answer, mga kapatid, yung requirements ng presumption number 2, ito na po yung entry natin. Okay? And next item, how much is the allocated excess? We have 372 letter B. Next, how much of the total goodwill is attributable to parent? Lahat po, 237 attributable kay parent represented by ISCO, 237. How much of the goodwill is attributable to the non-controlling interest? Letter A, 0. Wala pong para kay non-controlling interest. Ayan. So that is for assumption number 2. So we're done with the computation of goodwill and income from acquisition if there is FV assessed. Paano pag wala? Paano kapag silent? Okay? Then we apply the implied fair value computation. Okay? So if there is no available fair value of the NCI, it does not mean class na mag-proportionate share basis ka na agad or partial goodwill approach. Okay? Whichever is higher pa rin sa implied. So ang gagawin mo class, okay? First thing to compute is the fair value implied. Consideration transferred is equivalent to 1428. Okay, 1425 I should say, no? 1425,000. Divide this by percentage controlling interest. And the percentage controlling interest is equivalent to 80%. Ayan. So, 1425, okay, divide this by 80% is equivalent to 1,781,250. This is the gross up value. Okay? Now, multiply this gross up value by the percentage non-controlling interest, which is 28%, yung hindi sa kanya. Okay? So, kung implied fair value, since nagbayad ako ng 1,425 for 80%, yung 20% dyan hindi sa akin. Kaya, ito yung valuation, implied rate. FV implied. Okay? For assumed fair value amounting to 356,250. Diba? So ngayon, kung ito yung implied fair value, kailangan mo pa rin i-compare sa proportionate share basis. And again, our proportionate share basis ay 1,485,000, that's the fair value of that asset, multiply this by 20%, this is 297,000. Whichever is higher. So ito pong piliin natin. Okay? Since higher yan, i-compute mo na yung difference. Yan, ano ba yung difference? Para malaman ko na kung magkano ang share ng non-controlling doon sa full goodwill. Baka yun ang tanungin. So, 356,250 minus, okay, 297,000 is 59,250. Ayan po, nakaabang na po. Wala ka pang entry, alam mo na kung magkano yung share, okay, ni NCI sa full goodwill. Okay? Ang tanong magkano ang full goodwill? So all you have to do is flat. Consideration transferred, 1,425,000 plus FV and CI at assumed fair value of 356,250. So the TV of S, the total value of the subsidiary is equivalent to 1,781,250. Okay? Minus book value net asset. Pero pwede mo nang i-deduct yung fair value na 1,485. Try nyo nga mga kapatid. Minus 1,485,000. Ayan. Magkano ang full goodwill natin? And our full goodwill is 296,250. Ito po yung full goodwill. Diba? Kung i-shortcut mo na lang, na i-deduct yung fair value net asset at hindi ka nadadaan sa allocated excess. And this 296,250, ito po yung share ng non-controlling interest. Magkano naman ang share ni parent or ni controlling interest? Of course, the difference. 296,250 minus 59,250, you have here 237,000. And I hope you noticed, class, na ang partial goodwill hindi nagbabago. Okay? Yung share ni parent sa goodwill hindi nagbabago. Yung share ni non-controlling ang nagbabago kasi nakadepende siya sa excess kung meron. Okay? So ngayon, pag dineduct natin itong 1,350 just to check kung tama, no, yung goodwill natin na 296 using SODA X, 1,781,250 minus 1,350,000 is equivalent to how much? We have 431, okay? 1,250. Ito po yung Alex. Okay? Tapos, meron ka na namang increase in asset, decrease in liab. So, ito po yung 150,000. Okay? At decrease in liab na 50,000. Okay? Tapos, meron kang 75,000 na decrease in asset, which is current asset. Okay? So, kapag nineto natin yan, 431,250 minus 150,000 minus 60,000 plus 75,000, ang goodwill po natin, which is full goodwill, is equivalent to 296,250. At ang entry mo, class, entry number 3, Yung number 3 na lang ang entryhan natin, class, ha? Bakit? Entry number 1 at 2 hindi nagbabago. Okay, yung care at saka updating hindi nagbabago. Ito lang. So debit tayo ng goodwill amounting to 296,250 and credit ka ng ISCO amounting to 237,000 and credit ka ng NC-NAS, setting up the share of the non-controlling interest in the goodwill, 59,250. Okay? Entry number 1 and 2, same. Okay? So to answer, mga kapatid, so ganyan po ha, kapag implied fair value, okay, you have to gross up muna, then multiply it by the percentage non-controlling interest. Then compare pa rin, whichever is higher. So we're done with the preparation of working paper elimination entry. How much is the allocated excess? We have 431, okay, 250. Ito po yun. How much is the full goodwill? So we have 296,250, letter C. How much is the partial goodwill? Hindi nagbabago. 237,000, okay? 237,000. How much of the total goodwill is attributable to the parent? Yun pa rin, 237,000 attributable to the controlling interest. And how much of the total goodwill is attributable to the non-controlling interest? Our answer, class, is 59,250, letter B. Okay? With regard to the working paper elimination entry, wala pong pagbabago sa number 1 and number 2. Okay. Ngayon, let us proceed to problem letter C, or step acquisition. For step acquisition, class, probably you have acquired or invested in stocks of a publicly listed company and acquired investment only in FVPL or FVOCI, then nagdagdag ka pa. Nagdagdag ka. Naging investment in ASO. Nagdagdag ka ulit hanggang sa nagkaroon ka na ng control. Okay? Single control, naging parent company ka na. So ngayon, ang gagawin mo, class, kapag ganyan ay magre-remeasure ka. Okay? As if binili mo siya when you gained the control. Kasi nagbabago naman talaga ang stock price every day habang open yung market. Di ba? Fluctuating. Okay? So, ngayon, i-revalue mo. So, to illustrate step acquisition, hanggat wala ka pang control, wala ka pang karapatang mag-compute ng goodwill or income from acquisition. Di ba? So, dito, okay, sa problem C, on January 5, 2016, BMW Company acquires 10%. So, January 5, 2016, ang binili ay 10%. How much? 500,000. So ito, pwedeng ang entry mo dyan ay debit investment, no? Investment in FV, OCI or PL, 500,000. And credit cash amounting to 500,000. So wala ka ditong nakikita na goodwill. 10% lang naman yung binili mo. Now, the said 500,000 common stock carried, no, in the book as investment in FVOCI. Okay. On March 3, 2016. So March 3, 2016. Okay. BMW purchased 70%. So may additional 70% po. Okay. Which is equivalent to 3,780,000. So kung i-add mo to, 80% na to. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, meron ka ng control. So, gagawin mo, this 10%, you have to remeasure it. So, paano mo i-remeasure? Etong consideration transferred, i-divide mo siya sa percentage controlling na binili mo, which is 3,780,000, i-gross up mo lang siya. No? Divide this by 70%. So, the gross up value now is 5,400,000. Okay. So, ibig sabihin lang mga kapatid, nung March 3, ang value na ng stocks ay nag-increase kasi yung market price na tumaas. So, yung investment mo na 500,000, nadagdagan na ng magkano? So, this time, i-multiply mo to ng 10%, yung 500,000 ay naging 540,000. Ito na yung investment mo in S company. Ibig sabihin, class, meron ka nang kailangang i-remeasure. Okay? So, ngayon, ang gagawin natin, class, ay entryhan natin. No? We have here debit investment in FVOCI, 500,000. Ngayon, nung nag-remeasure ka, 540 na daw pala siya. So, kailangan mong i-recognize ngayon yung 40,000 na gain. So, your entry here, class, is definitely, no? Debit investment in S company amounting to 3,780,000 and credit cash. Okay, 3,780,000. And this is for the 70% ownership. Pero, ang total ownership mo na ay 80%. Kaya dapat may din dito, which is, i-reclassify natin. Yung dating dinebit mong OCI, i-credit mo na, credit investment in FVOCI, kasi i-reclassify mo siya sa investment in subsidiary company na 540,000. Tanggalin mo yung 500,000, then meron ka ng gain. Okay? Gain on the said remeasurement. Okay? So credit ka dito ng gain amounting to 40,000. So yan, pwede pong tanungin ito magkano yung gain. Ngayon, kung ang tanong ay magkano yung consideration transfer, 3,780 plus 540. Okay? So, sagutan muna natin class yung requirement. How much is the amount of fair value net asset of the subsidiary? Okay? Ito consideration transferred pa lang. No? So, consideration transferred natin, 3,780 at saka 540. Yung gain natin is 40,000. So, burahin ko na ito class ha. Magkano ba ang fair value asset? Okay? The fair value asset as provided in the problem, sabi dito, at that date, OD company reports identifiable asset with book. Hindi po yun yung kailangan mo. And fair value of 5.9 and 7.3 million. So this is 7.3 million. And the fair value liability is equivalent to how much? Okay? Book and pair of 2.6 million. So ibig sabihin, meron po tayong FV and A of the subsidiary equivalent to 4.7 million. Okay, 4.7 million. So yan po, no? Ang sagot natin, class, number 1 is letter B, 4.7 million. This is the fair value. Pero kapag book value, BV, no? Book value of the asset, we have 5.9 million. Okay? And the book value of the liability is as is 2.6 million. So meron kang book value asset, rather net asset, of 3.3 million. Baka lang kasi may allocated excess na tanungin. Gaya po ng next question. Now, for third question, how much is the amount of gain or loss to be recognized due to additional shares acquired? Ang sagot po natin ay 40,000 gain. Letter D. Next, how much is the amount of goodwill under full fair value basis or full goodwill approach? How much is the amount of goodwill under proportionate share basis or partial goodwill approach? So ngayon, class, purahin ko to, no? Kung goodwill lang ang tanong at diretso doon, okay? Consideration transferred 10%, 540,000, plus 70%, 3,780,000. This is 80% ownership, which is equivalent to how much? Okay? We have 4,320,000. Okay? Plus FV and CI. Yan po. Okay? So, dito class, meron po ba siyang binanggit as to the fair value of the non-controlling interest? Yes, we have here 950,000. This 950,000 ay FV assessed. Okay? Pero yung FV implied mo, pwede mo i-compute dito. Times ka dito ng, if this is 80%, 20%. Okay? So, 4.7 million times 20%, this is 9.4. Okay, so that's 940, I should say. 940,000. Okay, so your PSB here is 940,000. So whichever is higher. So ito po yung piliin natin, 950. So ilagay mo dito, 950,000. Okay, 950,000. Yan. So 950 plus 4,320,000. is equivalent to 5,270,000. This is now the total value of the subsidiary. Okay? Ngayon, i-deduct mo dito ang book value net asset of the subsidiary, which is 3,300,000. Plus ganito yung isang diskarte natin. Ha? Kung allocated excess lang tinatanong, sige, deduct natin itong book value. Ito po, no? Para makompute mo lang yung Alex. For purposes of computing Alex, we have here 1970. Okay? Pero kung hindi naman tinatanong class kung magkano ang amortization, okay? Yung nagbago. Baka kasi magkamali ka pa sa increase in asset, decrease in liab. No? E di ang gawin mo na lang class, itong 5 to 70,000, ang i-deduct mo na lang dito is the fair value net asset of the subsidiary, which is 4.7 million. So pag dineduct mo yung 4,700,000, ang makukompute naman natin is goodwill. And this is equivalent to how much? Goodwill of, magkano to? 570,000. Rather, 570,000. Okay? Anong klaseng goodwill ito? Of course, full, letter F. So kung full goodwill yan, so lagay ko dito class full goodwill, 570,000. Magkano dyan ang kay controlling, magkano dyan ang kay non-controlling? Yun naman ang usual na tatanungin. Huwag ka nang prepare pa ng working paper elimination entry, just compute the difference. 950 minus 940, meron akong change dito na 10,000. And this 10,000 is the share of the non-controlling in the full goodwill. Hence, yung 560,000, ito naman ang share ni controlling sa full goodwill. Okay? So to answer class, number 1, how much is the amount of fair value net asset of the subsidiary? 4.7 million. Number 2, allocated excess. Ito po yun. 1,970,000. Number 3, how much is the gain or loss to be recognized? 40,000 gain. Number 4, how much is the amount of goodwill under full fair value basis? Ito po yun, 570, full goodwill approach. And how much is the goodwill under the proportionate share basis or partial goodwill? At ang sagot po natin, class, ay 560. Ito po yung partial goodwill. So pag nag-partial goodwill kasi tayo mga kapatid, ang NCI mo is at proportionate share basis. So imbis na 950 ito, 940. So 4,320 plus 940 is 5,260 minus 3,300,000, okay, minus adjustment, so magiging 560,000 tayo. Okay? So this ends our discussion with regard to step acquisition. Yan. Okay. So let's proceed, class, to our next part. No? Ang next part po natin ay 5 minutes break muna. And so that before we proceed to the consolidated net income computation or subsequent to date, medyo i-absorb muna natin, class, yung mga topics discussed, okay? Which are net asset acquisition, yung Carla, 2C, APIC, which is ASA, RE, RIRE, LLC, or LIAB, and AGA, okay? Then with regard to the computation of goodwill under SODA-X, as well as the evaluation of FBNCI and step acquisition. Okay, so let's have 5 minutes break, okay, before we proceed to our next 2 topics, which are subsequent to date of acquisition and intercompany sale of inventory. Dinig ba yung boses natin before we continue? Mic test?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, sige. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so let us continue our discussion for subsequent to date of acquisition. Now, dito sa subsequent to date class, okay, ang una nating i-consider ay ang tinatawag nating pag-compute ng consolidated net income. Okay? So, we have here net income of the parent, okay, minus share in the dividend declared by the subsidiary. Tanggalin mo. Okay? So, concept muna tayo. Tapos, magiging net income po ito ni parent from own operations. Ibig sabihin, tinanggal niya yung hindi galing sa kanyang operations, which is yung tinanggap lang niya from declaration of the subsidiary's dividend. Okay? Tapos, itong NIPOO, idadagdag mo naman sa adjusted net income ni subsidiary, which is, again, computed naman, okay, by simply deducting yung amortization or baka naman adding. Kung meron mang increase dun sa amortization, so depende po yan. So, adjusted net income po ito. Anis. Yan. Okay? Ngayon, kung itutuloy natin class sa intercompany transaction, okay? At meron po tayong intercompany sale of plant asset and inventory. Dagdagan mo lang po ito ng RU. Okay? So, we have here RPBI downstream, UPEI downstream. So, pag downstream kasi class, ang nagbebenta si parent papunta kay subsidiary. Kapag upstream naman, baliktad. Okay? And then another R is RGPA. This is the realized gain on plant asset sale downstream. Dito naman, minus ka ng UGPA, UGPA. Okay? Unrealized gain on plant asset sale. Okay? So, puro yan downstream. Okay? So, this is an alternative format. Kapag na-compute nyo to, this is now your adjusted net income of the parent. Yan. Then, dito naman, mag-RU ka rin. RU. Okay? RPBI. Okay? RPBI. This time, it's upstream. UPEI, which is unrealized profit in ending inventory. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa nabenta lahat, so meron pong nabenta sa outside party, so dapat i-eliminate mo yung ni-recognize mong profit na hindi pa dapat recognizable. And RGPA, upstream, okay, minus UGPA, upstream. Ayan po. Okay? To get the adjusted net income of the subsidiary. So pag inad mo itong dalawa, this is now the consolidated net income. Pag minultiply mo naman ito ng percentage NCI, yung hindi sa'yo, non-controlling interest, ito naman yung tinatawag nating NC-NIS. Okay? And this NC-NIS ay i-deduct mo dito sa consolidated net income para makompute ang tinatawag nating net income attributable to the parent. Okay? And this NC-NIS will be close to NC-NAS. Yan, the non-controlling interest in the net asset of the subsidiary, and the NIAP, the net income attributable to the parent, will be close to the consolidated earnings. So, ganyan po ang ating discussion dito. No? Ngayon, to illustrate. Okay? Sir, ano po yung amortization na yan? Diyan na po nagiging significant si SODA-X, yung Statement of Determination and Allocation of Excess, kasi kailangan mo alamin kung magkano yung amortization. So, problem letter D. The following statement of financial position were prepared for Popoy and Sasha Company on January 1, 2021. Just before they entered into business combination, Popoy and Sasha has book and fair value. So gawin mo class kay Sasha, kasi normally yung S yun yung subsidiary. I-add mo lahat ng fair value asset niya, minus mo yung fair value liability to get the fair value net asset. So gawin nyo class, no? 160,000 plus 130 plus 400. So that's 290 plus 400, that's 690. Plus, you have 200, 890. Minus 50 minus 40, 800,000. So fair value net asset. On the same day, Popoy purchased 70% common stock outstanding of Sasha for 500,000. Okay? So consideration transferred, this is for 70% ownership, 500,000. So the fair value NCI, which is 30%, yung hindi sa kanya, this is whichever is higher with respect to the FB assessed and the PSP, proportionate share basis. Ang FB assessed natin, nasa bullet number 1. The fair value of non-controlling interest for the 30% is assessed at 220,000. Okay, 220. The PSP class, no, paki-add ulit, no, 160 plus 130, that's 290, fair value ni Sasha, plus 400, that's 690, plus 200, that is equivalent to 890. Minus 90, so you have your 800,000. Multiply this by 30%, so you have your 240,000 ang kanyang proportionate share basis. Okay? So pag in-add natin ito, 240,000 po piliin natin, whichever is higher, kaya ang ating total value of the subsidiary is 740,000. Okay? Ngayon, itong 740,000 na ito, pag dinidak mo yung FVNA of the subsidiary as computed a while ago na 800,000, mako-compute mo na agad-agad ang goodwill. No? Goodwill which is equivalent to, rather, income from acquisition, I should say, negative kasi ito, or bargain purchase, 60,000. So, 60,000. Ayan. So, this is income from acquisition. Ayan. Ngayon, kung mapapansin nyo, class, nagbago ang inventory ni Sasha from 100 naging 130. So, there is increase in inventory. Nagbagong building from 300 to 400. Nag-increase ang building. It follows, mag-i-increase din ang kanyang depreciation. So, may additional expense amortization. It follows na yung 30,000 na yan, mabibenta siya. Okay, next period. So, meron tayong debit cost of goods sold within the year. Yan. And with regard to equipment, from 250 naging 200, nabawasan yung equipment. Then it follows yung amortization niya, mababawasan din yung depreciation expense. Kaya makakatipid. So, yan yung amortization natin, no, with regard to the change in the balances. Okay? So, pwede pong ganito, na-compute mo na yung impact, then, ang gawin mo, class, ay, so this is step 1, para hindi ka na mag-SODA X, okay? Inventory, book value minus fair value. Magkano yung book value ko? 100,000 minus 130,000. It follows, nag-increase ng 30,000. Okay? Yung building, magkano yan? 300,000 dati, minus 400,000, so nag-increase ng 100,000. Okay? And the effect of increase in asset, deduction. Yan na. Tapos, with regard to equipment, ang kanyang book value is 250,000. Tapos naging 200,000, so meron tayong positive 50,000. And these 3 adjustments na negative, ito po ay para sa elimination entry number 2, which is to update the balances. Di ba? So, example, mga kapatid, debit ka ng inventory, 30,000. Debit ka ng building, okay, magkano? 100,000. Okay? Magkikredit ka ngayon ng equipment, magkano? 50,000. So, yung 80,000, paghahatian ulit ni ISCO at saka ni Encinas. Okay? Which is 70% and 30%. 80,000 na net na to, this is elimination entry number 2, no? Okay? 80%, rather 70% of 80,000 ay 56,000. Ito naman ay 24,000. Ayan. Pero class, hindi ito yung amortization. Ang amortization, ganito lang po. I-divide mo lang ito ng remaining useful life. Ayan. So yung 30,000, since inventory yan, ang presumption mabibenta siya within 1 year. Kaya divide this by 1. Okay? Kaya sa year 2021, ang amortization natin, so i-plot muna natin ang amortization, okay, ay equivalent sa negative 30,000. 2022, wala na from inventory. 2023, in case lang, wala din. Okay? Dito naman, sa equipment, ang kanyang rather building, ang kanyang remaining useful life ay we have here 5 years. Okay, 5 years, sabi dito, no? So, i-divide mo to ng 5, kaya meron kang 20,000. 20,000 naman dito sa 2022, 20,000 din sa 2023 hanggang 2025. Yan. With regard to equipment, also 5 years 10. Divide this by 5. So, this is positive 10, positive 10, positive 10, and so on. Okay? So, yung amortization natin, which will affect the computation of the adjusted net income of the subsidiary, ay equivalent to negative 30,000 for the first year, negative 10,000 naman for the second year, negative 10,000 for the third year. Saan po na-adjust ang amortization? Sa net income of the subsidiary. Para makompute po yung ANIS, adjusted net income of the subsidiary. Eh bakit po ganun? Kasi ang in-update natin yung mga assets and liabilities ni subsidiary. Kaya dapat lang na sa kanya pumasok yung amortization. Okay. So, alam na natin, class, kung magkano ang amortization ng we have here year 1, okay, which is equivalent to 40,000, and year 2, we have equivalent to 10,000. Okay. Burahin ko na to, ha. Yung income from acquisition, papasok siya sa consolidated retained earnings. Dadaan muna siya sa consolidated net income computation. So, we have 60,000. Okay, take note of the balances. 40,000 naman sa amortization. Okay. Ang sabi sa problem, class, no? The December 31, 2021, Popoy Company and Sasha Company shows the result from their own operation. So pag sinabing own operation, net income of Popoy minus share in the dividend declared by Sasha, magkano ba? Meron bang dineclare si Sasha na dividend? Sabi sa problem, class, okay? Popoy declared dividend amounting to 80,000, while Sasha declared 50,000. So ito, 50,000 ang dineclare ni Sasha, multiply this by 70% na kay Popoy, so 35,000 po, no? 35,000 ang deductible. Okay? So 35,000. Pero ang binigay na sa problem ay net income of Popoy from own operation, which is equivalent to 262,500. Kaya very significant yung own operation. Pag wala yung own operation, dito mo ilalagay ang 262,500. Pero hindi eh. Sinabi own operation. Kaya presume na deducted na yung 35,000. Eliminated na ito. Okay? Elimination entry number 1, eliminate care. Number 2, updating. Number 3, okay, we have goodwill income from acquisition setting up. Say for example, no, we're done with entry number 2. Sa entry number 3, ang entry natin ay credit income from acquisition amounting to 60,000 and debit ISCO amounting to 60,000. Yan na. Okay. Entry number 4 is the amortization. Okay, ang amortization natin, class, ang nangyari ay meron tayong additional, no? Additional na 10,000 equipment. Okay? Nandito sa entry number 2 natin 'yon, no? Nag-decrease siya from 250 naging 200. So magde-debit tayo ng inventory, okay? 30,000, building 100,000, equipment 50,000. Then meron tayong 56 and 24 kanina dito. Okay, entry number 2. Yung dinebit mo na inventory, i-credit mo ngayon. Building, i-credit mo. Yung equipment na nabawasan, magde-debit ka. Kaya may equipment tayo dito which is equivalent to 10,000 credit DebtX. 10,000. Yan, this is for equipment. Tapos, yung building natin, we have here debit DepEx amounting to 30,000 and credit building amounting to 30,000. Tapos credit ka ng inventory kasi nabenta siya 10,000, rather 20,000. 30 dapat ito. So this is 20, okay? 20. This is 30,000 inventory and debit cost of goods sold 30,000. So kung dineto natin, depreciation expense na 20, cost of goods sold na 30, that's 50, minus DepEx na 10. So yung year 2021, ang amortization mo is 40,000. Yan po ang explanation ng table natin. Na kahit na hindi mo na entryhan, nasa table mo na. Yan ha. So entry number 3, this is the result of the combination. Entry number 4, amortization. And entry number 5, ito po yung sheets. Okay, sheets. Ano yung sheets? The share in the dividend declared by the subsidiary. Anong entry natin dito? I-credit mo class ang RE ni subsidiary, which is 50,000 kasi eliminated naman na, di ba? Then, for conso purposes. Then, magde-debit ka dito ng NCNAS, yung share sa dividend, which is 30%. So, this is 15,000. Sir, yung 35, saan naman yan? So, yan na po yung debit mo na dividend income from subsidiary. Dividend income from subsidiary. 35,000. Ibig sabihin, mga kapatid, okay, yung dati na dinebit mong dividend, rather credit mong income, dividend income, na naisama dito, ngayon tinatanggal mo. Para ang makukompute mo lang ay from own operation. So these are entries, no? Working paper elimination entries number 2, 3, 4, 5. Yung number 1, wag na natin gawin. Yung care lang po yun, common stock public party. At yung number 6, number 6, i-introhan ko na mga kapatid, kahit hindi pa natin na-compute. Ang number 6 is just to transfer. Okay? Yung NCNIS to NCNAS. Bakit ganun mga kapatid? Dahil si NCNIS ay temporary account. Si NCNAS presented sa balance sheet real account. Kaya ang entry mo lang ay debit NCNIS, the non-controlling interest in the net income of the subsidiary, debit NCNAS, the non-controlling interest in the net asset of the subsidiary. So ayan na, entry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. Ngayon, let's proceed, okay, to the computation of NCNIS. Okay, so ayan na. Ito po yung entry number 5. Ito yun. So net income of the subsidiary, ang sabi naman sa problem class, ang net income ni subsidiary is equivalent to 100, magkano yun? 160,000 or 200,000? 200,000, I should say. 200,000. Yan. Minus amortization, kaya naging 160. So minus 40,000. So you have here ANIS. ANIS stands for Adjusted Net Income of the Subsidiary, 160,000. So pag inad natin ito, okay, 262,500 plus 160,000. Okay, magkano yan? Okay, this is equivalent now, class, to 422,500. Okay, ito, consolidated net income before adjustment. Sir, ano yung ina-adjust natin? Ingat po ha. Yung income from acquisition na 60,000, isama mo muna sa consolidated income bago mo i-close sa RE. Kaya dagdagan mo to ng 60,000. Okay? At ang 60,000 na ito na income from acquisition class ay kay parent lang po yan. Okay? So part siya dito. So dadagdagan mo to. Okay? Pwede pong dito mo ilagay. Income from acquisition, 60,000. Yan ha. So dito, kapag inad mo na, consolidated net income adjusted, which we have here 482,500. Okay, 482,500. Ang ide-deduct mo dito is the NCNIS. Paano kino-compute, sir, yung NCNIS? All you have to do is just to multiply the percentage ng net income ni subsidiary ng 30% na hindi kay parent. So 30% of 160 is 48,000. Eh, sir, ano yung 70%? E di yung 70% mga kapatid ay yan naman yung share ni controlling interest in the net income of the subsidiary. So 70% of 160,000, this is 112,000. So ayan po. Okay? So ibig sabihin, ito naman ang net income attributable kay parent. Or, tignan nyo class ha, ang gawin mo lang itong 48, i-deduct mo lang dito. So minus 48,000, tanggalin mo yung NC-NIS. So yung matitira, lahat ay kay parent. So this is now your net income attributable to the parent, or simply CI, controlling interest in the consolidated net income. O, tanong magkano? Yan class ha. Itong format natin na to na 3-column, this is an alternative format compared doon sa traditional natin na ipa-plot mo lahat ng total. Tapos, controlling, non-controlling, percentage. Ang kay parent lang. Ang kay subsidiary, kay parent din. May share siya. Pwede ganun. Or pwede nyo explore itong ganitong format na I am introducing, no? Itong quick notes natin. Okay? So, 482,500 minus 48,000. This is now 434,500. Tignan nyo nga class kung parehas. 262,500 plus 60,000. So, we have here 322,500 plus 112,000. You have here 434,500. Parehas lang din po sila. Okay? So, ngayon, sagutan natin ang mga requirements. Question number 1. How much is the amount of goodwill or income from acquisition to be presented in 2021 Conso FS? Ang sagot natin, letter C, income from acquisition. Okay? So, yung NC-NIS natin na 48, ito na po yung entry niya. Debit NC-NIS, 48,000. Credit NC-NAS, okay, 48,000. Okay? So, sarado na po yung number 6. Clean-close natin ito sa NC-NAS. Ito namang NIAP, the net income attributable to the parent, kino-close mo naman ito sa consolidated RE. So, pag tinatanong na tayo, magkano ang Conso RE, do not forget to add the net income attributable to the parent. So for question number 2, how much is the non-controlling interest in the net income of the subsidiary? Ang sagot natin ay 48,000. Ang sagot natin ay 48,000. Number 3, how much is the consolidated net income in 2021? Ang sagot natin ay 482,500, which is after adding the income from acquisition. So we have letter D. Next, how much of the consolidated net income is attributable to the non-controlling interest? So bumalik ka lang sa NC-NIS, ito rin po yung tinatawag nating NCI-CNI. The non-controlling interest in the consolidated income is 48,000. Letter A. Next, how much of the consolidated net income is attributable to the controlling interest? So ito po, ang controlling interest, ito din yung NIAP, 434,500. So you have your letter D. Next, how much is the amount of NCI net asset as of December 31, 2017? Plus, kung mapapansin mo, may NCNAS ka dito, 48,000. Pero hindi lang ito ang NCNAS. Kasi dun pa lang sa goodwill impact computation, may beginning NCNAS ka na. Tapos dito na naman sa sheets, may deductible NCNAS ka pa. So, ganito lang po ang gagawin nyo kapag NCNAS computation. Purahin ko na to ha. Okay? So, to compute for the NCNAS, all you have to do is just to add entry number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kung meron ka na entryhan. Or kung hindi naman, okay, ang number 1 natin is the FV and CI beginning. Whichever is higher. Alam nyo na yung ibig sabihin ng whichever is higher. In this case class, ang higher po ay 240,000. So, ang beginning mo ay 240,000. Diba? Tapos, dadagdagan mo ng elimination entry number 6, which is your NC-NIS. Nadadagdagan po siya ng 48,000. At babawasan mo siya ng elimination entry number 5, which is your sheets. At huwag kayong malilito, ang sheets ay lagi pong deductible. Share in the dividend declared by the subsidiary, share nino non-controlling interest, which is equivalent to 15,000. So pag dineduct natin yan, 240 plus 48,000, that's 288,000 minus 15,000. Magkano po ang ating NC-NAS ending balance? You have here 273,000. Okay? 273,000. Yan. Okay. So that's for NCNAS ending balance. So class ang NCNAS ay part po ng Conso sheet. Okay, shareholders equity. Okay? So next, after mong makompute ang NCNAS, murahin ko na po ito. Siyempre, gusto nating kompletuhin ang Conso sheet. Ano pa po ang mga component ng Conso shareholders equity? Una, consolidated RE. So you have here RE of the parent plus net income attributable to the parent minus dividend declared by the parent. Yan po ha. Okay? So yung RE ni parent is equivalent to 825,000. Yung net income attributable to the parent as computed a while ago, yun nandito, 434,500. At ang dividend na dineclare ni parent class as provided sa problem is 80,000. Okay? So yung Conso RE natin is equivalent to, magkano yan? 1,179,500. Yan ha. Isang component NCNAS, isang component CRE. Another component ay common stock. Magkano ang consolidated common stock natin at consolidated APIC? Okay? So kung ganun class, balik ka lang. No? Balik ka lang doon sa 2C. Okay? Ang common stock mo, acquirer or parent is 750,000. Meron ka bang in-issue, common stock issued during the period nung bumili ka? Wala. Kaya ang sagot mo class, Conso common stock ay 750,000. Sir, hindi po ba isasama ang common stock ni subsidiary? Hindi na po. Kasi eliminated siya sa elimination entry number 1, yung care ni subsidiary. Common stock APIC, RE ni subsidiary. And of course, APIC. Okay? Ang APIC naman ni parent ay 150. So, ilagay mo lang dyan, 150. Okay. So, class, kapag inad natin lahat ito naman yung Conso sheet. Okay? O, paki-add. 1,179,500. Okay? Plus 750. Okay? 1,000. Okay? And plus 150,000. So, this is equivalent to 900,000. Plus 273,000. Okay? So, magkakaroon na tayo ng consolidated shareholders equity. Okay? Equivalent to how much? Pakiadd na lang po yun, no? 900 plus 273, 1,173 plus 1,179,500. So, this is 2,359,000. Tama ba? 59,500. Ayan. Ngayon, kung ang tanong ay liability and Conso asset, after mong makompute yung Conso sheet, then you proceed to Conso liab. So we have here, magkano ba to? 900, 1,079,000, 1,279, 2 million, ano to? Hindi kasi nag-compute ng total, no? We have here 2,079,000 plus 2,352,500. Okay, paki-double check na lang mga kapatid, no? 2,352,500. Ngayon, sa Conso liab, let me erase this. Sa Conso liab naman, class LLC ang ating basis, no? Liability of the acquirer or the parent at book value, liability of the subsidiary at fair value, di ba? Contingent liab. Pero dito, class, dadagdagan mo to ng dividend declared by the parent minus dividend paid by the parent. Okay? Plus dividend declared by the subsidiary minus dividend paid by the subsidiary. Okay? So, the liability of the parent is equivalent to 450,000 plus 750. That's 1,200,000. Okay, 1,200,000. Yan. For the liability of the subsidiary, that's 90,000. 50 plus 40, 90,000. Nag-declare daw si parent ng dividend, 80,000. Hindi pa niya nababayaran, kaya wala kang ide-deduct, zero. Nag-declare si subsidiary ng 50,000, 35,000 dyan ay share. Nino? Ni parent, ni controlling. 50,000 ay share nino, non-controlling. Nabayaran na ba niya? Same year? If the answer is yes, mag-deduct ka ng 50,000. Okay, same year eh. Dineclare ngayon, binayaran ngayon. So, i-deduct mo. Kaya meron kang conso liability which is equivalent to, okay, 1,370,000. Yes, sir. Meron po bang effect kung ito ay declared 2021, paid in 2022? Meron bang effect? Declared ngayon, paid next year. The answer is yes. Ganito po ang mangyayari. Okay? So ito, 1,200,000 pa rin. Ito, 90,000 pa rin. Ito, 80,000 pa rin. Okay? Ito naman, since next year pa magbayad, zero. Kasi next year pa yan eh. Wala pa ngayon. Right? Ito naman, 50,000. Now, hulaan natin mga kapatid. Kung next year ka pa magbabayad, next year, magkano ide-deduct mo dito? Okay? Ang class ha, hindi po zero. Ayan. Kasi nagko-conso tayo eh. Meron ka dapat i-deduct dyan na hindi kasama dyan. Which is, sa liability, hindi mo liability yung 35,000. So, hindi po zero ang i-deduct dito. You have your 35,000. Okay? So, ganyan po. Ano? Kasi may entry ka dito na working paper elimination entry. Tatanggalin mo, okay, yung dividends payable portion ng kay controlling, 35,000. At tanggalin mo yung dividend receivable portion ng controlling, 35,000. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang layab, no? Hindi lang po magiging 1,335,000 ito. Itong declaration of dividend this year to be paid next year will affect the conso layab computation as well as the conso asset. Yan o, yung receivable mo na bawasan. So, mababawasan din yung conso asset. Pero kung ngayon dineclare, ngayon din binayaran, ayun, bayad lahat. Okay? Ngayon dineclare, pero next year babayaran, hindi po zero. Huwag mong gayahin itong si parent. Si parent yan eh. Okay? Pero dito, yung portion na hindi sa'yo, okay lang. Yung portion na sa'yo sana, tanggalin mo. Kasi hindi pa naman bayad. Yan. Okay? So, ganyan po ha. Paid this year, paid next year. Pero ngayon, ang nasa problem po natin, paid this year. Kaya ang sagot po natin ay 1,370,000. Sagutan nga muna natin mga kapatid. No? The consolidated RE again is 1,179,500. Okay? Consolidated shareholders equity, nasagutan natin kanina, no? That's 2,352,500. Okay, letter B. Consolidated layab, we have 1,370,000. Okay, hindi po 1,335 as discussed a while ago. And of course, i-add mo lang yung 1,370 at saka 2,352,500. Okay, you will be computing for the conso asset na equivalent to 3,722,500. Okay, pwede pong ganito, no? Okay, so you have here conso common stock, again, 750,000. Conso APIC, we have 150,000. Conso RE, ARE, we have 1,179,500. And SINAS, okay, amounting to 273,000 for a total of, ito po yung conso sheet natin kanina, 2,352,500. Tsaka nyo idagdag ito, conso layab, which is 1,370,000. So pag inad natin yan, we have your conso asset. Okay? And our conso asset class is 3,722,500. Okay? So this is our answer for question or last question sa problem na ito. Conso asset in 2021, letter D, 3722,500. Okay. So now, let's proceed to the last topic, which is yung intercompany sale of inventory. Okay? So for problem letter E, sub-company sells all its output at 20% above cost. Plus, bilugan nyo yung word na above cost. Dapat yung percentage markup is based on sales. So kapag ganyan, 20 over 120 dapat para makompute yung GPRS. Okay? Kasi sa pag-compute ng UPEI, that's a realized profit ending inventory, whether upstream or downstream. Downstream man yan or upstream. Yung GPRS, imumultiply mo lang ng ending inventory ng buyer. Example, si parent siyang nagbenta kay subsidiary. Si parent as the seller, so this is downstream, kaya nga po parent to subsidiary. Si parent, sa kanya manggagaling ang GPRS. So kung 20% above cost siya, i-convert mo sa 20 over 120 to get the GPRS. Si subsidiary naman, siya ang tatanungin mo, hoy subsidiary, nabenta mo na ba sa outside party? Ilang percent? 100% ba yung pagbenta mo? Or 50% lang? Or 30% lang? Ano ibig sabihin yan? Kasi kung 30% lang ang sold to the outside party, edi 70% ang natitira na ending inventory. So pag multiply mo itong GPRS percentage, multiply this by ending inventory value, okay, amount. Yan na po yung UPEI downstream. Okay? So yan na, hindi yung 70% plus ang i-multiply ha, 70% of the value nung binenta ni parent. I-eliminate mo yung unrealized profit. And kapag upstream naman, okay, pataas naman ito, si parent naman, this is now upstream. So, si subsidiary naman ang magbibigay ng GPRS. Si parent naman ang magbibigay ng ending inventory. Pag minultiply mo yung dalawa, you have here the UPEI upstreams. Ayan po. At gawin natin dito sa problem letter E. Okay. Sub-company sells its output, okay, at 20% above cost. Okay, ngayon, PAR purchases all its inventory from sub. So, ibig sabihin, class, upstream, sale, no? The income reported by the companies over the past 3 years are as follows. So, you have here 2018, 19, 20. Net income of sub amounted to 150,000, while operating income of PAR amounted to 225,000. Okay, next, net income of sub, 135,000, while the net operating income of PAR is 360,000 for the next year. And for 2020, net income of sub amounted to 240, while operating income of PAR is 450. So, gawin mo lang class ganito. Okay, net income of the parent minus sheets, kung meron man, is equivalent to net income from own operation. So, say for example, 2018, okay, ang net income ni parent noong 2018 ay 225,000. Okay? Operating income ang sabi. So, na-deduct na po yung dividend. So, dito mo ilalagay yung 225,000. Okay? Net income of the subsidiary as provided sa problem ay 150,000. Okay? Wala naman pong amortization, kaya zero ito. Yung anis natin is 150,000. Okay. Pag in-add natin yan, itong dalawa, this should be equivalent to, magkano to? 375,000. However, meron ka ditong RU. Diba? Paano po na-compute yung RPBI? Okay, upstream, and UPEI upstream. Okay, wala po yung plant asset, no? Inventory lang po tayo ngayon. So dito naman, RQ, okay? Downstream. Since upstream yan, kasi si parent ang bumibili, okay, wala tayo dito. Ayan. Okay? So ngayon, ang gagawin mo lang class, i-plot mo muna, no? Magkano ba ang ending inventory? Magkano ba ang GPRS? Ang sabi sa problem sa 2018, ang ending inventory natin, okay, sub-company sold inventory for 300,000, 262,500, 337,500 for 2018, 19, 20, respectively. PAR company reported ending inventory. uy, hindi ba ang nagbenta ay si sub papunta kay par? So, yung ending inventory, si par ang PC par, no? Ang magbibigay ng ending inventory. Si sub naman, siya naman ang GPRS. So, wala kang problema dito. 20 over 120, 20 over 120, 20 over 120, 2019, 2020. Okay? But the problem here is, magkano ba yung ending inventory? Yan. So, ending inventory class ay 105,000 as reported by PAR. 157,500 reported by PAR, and 180,000 reported by PAR. So 105 times 20 over 120. Ito po yung nakatago dyan, class. Baka kasi diretso mo times 20%, di meron ka na, mali na, yung UPEI. Okay, upstream. So 105 times 20 over 120, this is 17,500. Yan ha? Okay. And then 157,500 times 20 over 120, this is equivalent to 26,250. The next, 180,000 times 20 over 120, okay, this is equivalent to, magkano ito? 17,000, tama ba? Or 30,000, this is 30,000. Okay. Now, itong UPEI, magiging RPBI yan next year. So, 0 ito sa 2018. Pero itong 17,500, magiging RPBI sa next year. So, 17,500. Yan. Ito naman, magiging RPBI, 26,250. Again, what is the effect of RPBI plus UPEI minus? So, ibig sabihin, itong 17,500, open close ka dyan. Itong 26,250, open close ka ulit. Itong 30,000, open close ka ulit. Negative yan. So, ibig sabihin mga kapatid, dito sa RU, ang RPBI natin 2018 kay subsidiary is 0 at ang UPEI niya is equivalent to 17,500. Yan na. Okay. So, ito na po siya. So, just take note class ha. Burahin ko na to kung paano kinompute. Okay. Take note of the UPEI, RPBI computation. Okay, yan yung lesson dito. So itong 17,500, pag dineduct mo yan, 150 minus 17,500, this is equivalent to 132,500. This is ANIS, adjusted net income of the subsidiary. This is OO, or ANIP, amounting to 225,000. So pag tinad natin ito, 225 plus, okay, 132,500 is equivalent to 357,500. 357,500. Pero pag kinompute mo magkano ang NCNIS, no? Non-controlling interest in the net income of the subsidiary, multiply this by the percentage. Okay, kung magkano, kung ilang percent yung kanyang interest. Okay? We have here 30%. Ayan. So for question number 1, based on the information given, what will be the consolidated net income in 2018? Ang sagot po natin ay 357,500. So letter A ang tamang sagot. Based on the information given, what will be the consolidated net income in 2019? So ibang usapan naman yan, kapatid, no? So 30% of 132,500, okay, just compute this. Yun yung NCNIS mo, i-deduct mo naman dito to get the NIAP, net income attributable to the parent. Okay. So, burahin ko to. Kung mapapansin nyo, class, no? Itong 17,500, nasa baba, negative. Okay. Ngayong 2019, okay, itong 17,500 natin, burahin ko to, okay, ay magiging RPBI. So, ito na po siya. Okay? So dito mo na ilalagay yung 17,500. Ang deductible naman na UPEI is 26,250. At ang net income, okay, in 2019 for the parent from own operation ay 360,000. At ito naman kay subsidiary class, ang net income naman niya sa 2019 is equivalent to 135,000 as provided sa problem. 135,000. So, yan. So, 360 plus 135,000 minus 26,250 plus 17,500. This is now equivalent to 400. Yan na lang natin class. 486, 250. Ayan po. Okay, so to answer now for number 2, letter C ang tamang sagot, 486, 250. Okay? Ngayon, dito naman, pag inad natin ito, we have here 126,250. Multiply this by 30%. Okay? So, ilagay mo na lang dito, 360. So, 486, 250 ito. Inad natin to. Our NCNIS is equivalent to 30% of 126,250. That is 37,000. Okay? 875. At itong 37,875, i-deduct mo dito sa taas. Minus 37,875 to get yung net income na attributable kay parent. Kasi itong 37,875 is the net income or consonant income attributable to the non-controlling interest or NCNIS. So ngayon, magkano ang net income na para kay parent sa 2019? At ang sagot natin ay 448, okay, 375. So to answer class, okay, question number 3, ang sagot natin ay 448, okay, kasi controlling ang tanong 375, letter A. Now for 2020, burahin ko na rin ito. Okay, burahin ko na ito. Ito rin. So sa 2020, ito naman ang titignan natin ngayon. Okay, ito. So i-plot mo ngayon yung 26,250 na magiging RPBI. Deductible naman yung 30,000 na UPEI. Okay? At ang net income ni subsidiary is equivalent to 240,000. Wala naman pong amortization, so this is 0. So this is 240,000. Okay? So 240 plus 26,250 minus 30,000. Okay, this is equivalent to 236,250. And 30% of this is your NCNIS amounting to 70,875. Yung net income ni parent naman, which is equivalent to 450,000, okay? Wala namang declaration of dividend, 450 din. Okay? Wala ding RU. So this is also 450,000. So pag inad mo yan, 450,000 plus 236,250, this is equivalent to, okay, 686,250. I-deduct mo yung 70,875 na NCNIS, you will be computing now for the net income attributable to the parent amounting to 615,375. At ito po yung conso net income. Again, class, this is not the traditional way in computing for the conso net income. Ito po, quick notes po natin yan at column format. And to answer question number 4, based on the information given above, what will be the income to non-controlling interest in 2020? We have 70,875, letter D. And last item, based on the given information above, what will be the income to the controlling interest in 2020? Ang sagot po natin, 615,375. Okay? So with this, we end our discussion with regard to business combination. So this is our free webinar to impart knowledge or share the concept, quick notes, yung mga diskarte natin para sa pag-solve ng business combination. Of course, hindi pa natin na-discuss dito ang intercompany sale of plant asset because of limited time naman. Okay? So for tomorrow, we will be having another set of free webinar, but for law naman. Okay? So by the way, I am Attorney Ivan Yannick Sarol Bagayao, okay? Reviewer of RFBT and AFAR, author of AFAR Quick Notes Reviewer. Okay? And to inform yung mga viewers natin ngayon, kasi may mga nagtatanong about the book. No? The book will be available early or late September. Kasi in-update ko na siya for 2022 2022 edition. So last update ko is 2020. Yan. So currently, I am discussing RFPT and AFAR via online coaching, no? Yung IYSP Quick Notes Review online. So if you would like to visit the page, nandiyan naman ako sa page, nandiyan yung mga topics din na i-discuss natin for week 3. So currently sa week 3, sa AFAR, joint arrangement na kami. Okay? And sa RFPT naman, we have BP22 and other Consumer Protection Act. No? I am also connected with PCPAR. No? PCPAR, I am handling RFPT. So if you would like to enroll in full review, okay, pwede niyo consider ang PCPAR. Okay, nandiyan yung set of reviewers, sila Sermon, and of course Dare, okay, yung sa Pangasinan naman. So PCPAR sa Pampanga, Dare naman sa Pangasinan. So kung mas malapit kayo sa Pangasinan, may face-to-face review din doon. Malapit kayo sa Pampanga. Last week, nandun ako, I lectured on partnership hanggang home office, branch agency transaction. So face-to-face lang. So sa akin naman, I am lecturing in IYSP, no? IYSP online review for RFPT and AFAR. Eh, kung gusto nyo topical din, nandyan din yung option ng topical natin. Kasi may mga undergrad reviewees din na hindi pa naman mag-take ng board. So, pwedeng per topic ninyo i-pick yung mga subject na gusto ninyong balikan. With regard to IYSP review, for the information ng mga hindi pa nag-register or nag-iisip pa lang, we are applying the 3-step model. The first step, yung pre-recorded video lecture. Meron tayong mga lecture sa mga topics from partnership hanggang sa dulo. Tapos weekly nating ina-upload yan at may handout siya. Okay? Then, second would be the separate live lecture discussion. Supplemental nung pre-recorded. I-record ulit yung live lecture. Kagaya ngayon, naka-record tayo, which will be uploaded ulit dun sa Google Classroom na naka-enroll ka. So, you can view. Okay? Pwede mo balikan ulit. So, pre-recorded, tapos may scheduled live lecture, recorded ulit. Okay? And then the third step, kaya nga 3-step model, hindi ito PFRS 15 na 5-step model, 5-step dun sa PFRS 15. Dito, 3 lang. The third step will be, you will be having a consultation day dun sa mga quizzers na i-upload natin, okay? To address yung mga queries ng mga registrants or reviewees with regard to topics in the quizzer. So, ganun. So, yung online quick notes review natin, RFPT, AFAR, full review yan, all ng nasa syllabus ng BOA, effective sa October 2022. Like in RFPT, kasama na dyan ang SSS, law, dyan ng labor law, and of course, yung mga government procurement law, and other laws, no, na sinama. Sa AFAR naman, of course, i-discuss natin hanggang sa cost accounting, BOT, NPO, government accounting. Okay? So, ayun. Online lang tayo, purely online with regard to IYSP Quick Notes Review. If you opt to attend yung face-to-face at malapit ka naman, accessible ka sa Pampanga area, you have PCPAR. Connected din naman ako doon at saka maganda yung line-up natin sa PCPAR. Of course, kung mas malapit ka naman sa Pangasinan, then doon ka naman sa Dagupan, Tare. Okay? So, ayun. So, thank you for attending itong free webinar natin. Tomorrow, at 6:30 naman, we will be discussing naman yung law on obligation and contract for you to be guided din at saka additional knowledge na rin sa topic na yan. So, I hope dito sa business combination, yung mga diskarte, yung quick notes natin, si Carla, 23434, 2C, ASA, RIRE, LLC, at saka AGA, matandaan nyo hanggang mag-board exam kayo. And with regard to the classification ng step acquisition, valuation ng FB&CI, whichever is higher, okay, ng PSB at saka FB assessed. If walang FB assessed, FB implied or assessed, implied or gross up value or assumed value. And then of course yung SODA-X. And with regard to consonant income computation, I will leave it to you yung tinatawag nating traditional format, no, ng pag-compute ng consonant income. Ito po, 3-column format. Okay? NIP sheets ni po RU. NISAM anis RU. Then you have here the consonant income. Okay? So thank you for attending the class. See you tomorrow sa RFPT review. Good night and God bless sa ating lahat.